Hey everyone, how are you guys doing today? I am pretty tired. Hold on, I'm gonna get on the screen right now. Let's see. Yes, you guys are gonna have to bear with me today. I haven't slept in like 3 or 4 days. I've been dealing with my dad and, his health situation. And I'm going to pull it up on here so that way I can see you guys. Hi, Zena, how are you? Let's see. Got you new in the building, of course. But today we're going to be talking about Jashyah, the young lady that I believe that was my last live. Um, she was missing, 14 years old, in New Jersey. Now, there's a little twist to this one, though, because what we thought was a missing child, I kind of always had in the back of my mind that it was a little bit more than that. Just because the story was a little bit sketchy, a little bit off. The mom's way of, how do I say it? I don't want to say that she wasn't emotional, that her daughter was not there, but you guys will see. You guys will see. Let me just bring it up on here so I know when I'm. Oh, actually, taught me a new way that I can also see you guys. You guys know how I'm like, hey, I can't see you guys. So she showed me. Yeah, Zena, I'm trying to take care of myself, but it's just, I don't know. I try to get sleep and I kind of doze off a little bit, but then I hop back out of my sleep. It's just, I've never seen my dad this bad. And actually, I don't know, just a bit much. I guess it's like a lot of things at once. But let me bring up you new really quickly. Hey boo. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay, good. So Jashyah is the young girl in New Jersey. I'm just gonna play it for you guys. I don't want to give it away, but I'm just gonna play a few clips so that you guys, you'll see. So this one that I'm gonna share right now is, I believe she still was missing. So let me see, which one is it? This one, right? Yes. So let's give this one a play. Uh-oh. Let's see, let's make it big. It's probably on silent. Okay, let me make sure everything's right where it needs to be before I click back over to you guys. Okay.
Could lead to the safe return of Jashyah Moore. They were offering $20,000 for that. Breaking news overnight, 14-year-old New Jersey girl Jashyah Moore.
Can't see it.
Only a month has been found safe. The teen was located yesterday in New York City with details surrounding her disappearance still very much a mystery this morning. WNBC reporter Tracy Strahan is at the Essex County Veterans Courthouse in Newark. Good morning, Tracy. A lot of relief for her family and the community that Jashyah was found safe. What more can you tell us about how she's doing this morning and anything you know about how she was found?
Well, the prosecutor's office is simply saying she was found at a shelter in New York City last night and received what they call the appropriate services. This is a 14-year-old girl from East Orange, New Jersey, who's been missing since October 14th. And while there's a lot of relief within the community about her being found, there are also a lot of questions. She was last seen at a deli in East Orange, and police leading the investigation into her disappearance saw on surveillance video that she was with an older man who paid for her items on the night that she was last seen? Another question to be answered. Authorities are saying the night she disappeared, Jashyah Moore's mother initially reported her as a missing person, saying that she was possibly a runaway. Her mother is now disputing that and saying her daughter was being held against her will. She was convinced that she had been kidnapped. Again, Jashyah Moore is a high school freshman in East Orange, and there was a lot of concern about her case not receiving some of the same attention that other missing persons cases have received in recent months, really, in this area. The Essex County prosecutor is expected to hold a news conference later this morning, filling in some of the gaps into how she disappeared and really how she was discovered just last night, Vicki.
Yeah, you touched on it, Tracy. The case sparked a lot of frustration in the local community about the lack of coverage surrounding Jashyah's disappearance, especially when compared to the attention of Gabby Petito's disappearance, for example. Can you tell us anything more about what you're hearing from the community or the family this morning?
Well, just being in East Orange a couple of days ago, people were demanding that the same attention be paid to her. And this is something that really gained traction via social media. That's when authorities got involved earlier this week. There was reward money involved in this as well. Anyone with any information that could lead to the safe return of Jashyah Moore, they were offering $20,000 for that. At this point, however, we don't know if it was a tip that led authorities to her safe return or something more. We don't know if she was alone either. Again, the Essex County prosecutor saying this 14-year-old girl was found at a shelter in New York City, and this morning she's back in New Jersey.
Well, we are glad she is home safe. Tracy, thank you so much.
So, with us seeing that,
Thank you for coming in.
hold on, let me stop sharing. It kind of left me wondering, like, how did she get from New Jersey to New York when her mother's original story was that she sent her to go get some groceries from the deli. And when she got back, first it was a credit card that she supposedly left there. Then it was an EBT card. So then she told her to go back and get her card. But then they said an older gentleman bought the groceries. So I was like, so if you were going with an EBT card and you came back, if you got, it doesn't make sense. So did she come back without the groceries and you sent her to get the groceries and that? Or she came back with the groceries, left the card there? Because it's not like a card that you hand to anyone. I don't think that you hand it to them. You just swipe it. So then she just goes missing. So I'm going to before that. So mom, okay, let me just take our pictures down real quick so we could take a look at mom. That's mom. So we're going to see where mom is in just a second. Okay, so here is the GoFundMe page. Let me share that with you. These GoFundMes be killing me, man.
I know.
They be killing me. I mean, it's just the go-to thing.
Yeah.
It's the new insurance, right? So,
Yep.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes. Not yet, but
Not yet.
the other one, yes, but not that.
There we go.
There we go.
So here's her GoFundMe that the mother, let me go up there, that the mother, Jamie Moore, has put together. Help bring Jashyah home. Let's make a change. Hey, that's what she's putting up there. She wanted $5,000. I heard that it was a little bit over $10,000. So I'm guessing with the new situation at hand, that is why it is now 8,000 and is lowered. So since we've seen this one already, I'm going to click out of that one. But let's just take a look at what's going on now as of today, Friday. Let me see what you guys are saying. Christina says, okay. We'll be waiting for you. So Mom and Joe, I can't see the picture. Oh, you couldn't see. No, yeah, that's Mom's mugshot. She was looking for her daughter. And I think it's kind of hilarious how the news put this together.
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know, it kind of takes a shot at the mom. So let's just check it out. Trying to get this Chrome window tab thing you taught me down. It's a little bit different because I have to remember to go back. There we go. So I know they're going to play a commercial. So let me keep the sound off while they play this commercial.
It's always a commercial.
They love the commercials, I'm telling you. So let's check out what happened with mom and all the theatrics and her wanting her to get just as much coverage as guys work with me. Yeah, Gabby Petito. Because let's see. Okay, let me put the sound on there.
Hours were expecting to learn more about the New Jersey teen finally found safe last night. Jashyah Moore had been missing for nearly a month. Today, New York's Tracy Strahan's in Newark now with the overnight developments. Tracy, good morning.
Oh, Darlene, good morning to you. It was the Essex County Prosecutor's Office that made that update that the 14-year-old was located at a shelter in New York City last night. I'll show you some video because this comes after extensive searches for Jashyah Moore here in East Orange and all around the area, many of them led by the community. The 14-year-old was last seen at Poppy's Deli on Central Avenue in East Orange. That was October 14th. Authorities who led the investigation said they obtained surveillance video showing Jashyah in the deli with an older man who paid for her items. Now, investigators say initially Jashyah Moore's mother reported her daughter as a possible runaway the night she was last seen. Her mother, however, said that wasn't the case, and her daughter was being held against her will. That was her thought. There were flyers just this week posted around East Orange showing a reward of $20,000 for any information leading to her safe return. We've since heard from Jashyah Moore's family in a statement issued through a spokesperson saying, quote, "The family and our community is grateful that she is safe and alive. We are thankful to everybody who put in the work to help find her." As we bring you back live, the prosecutor's office is expected to hold a news conference later this morning, filling in many of the questions that so many have about this turn of events. All they say right now is that she received the appropriate services, and at this point, she's back in New Jersey. Darlene, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Tracy, thank you very much.
So that's that. And I mean,
amazing.
Uh-oh.
Most often it's
Here we go. So that's what mom was saying. And you see how they're like, okay, first she said she was a runaway. And then they said she was somewhere being held against her will. And then they say that's what the mom thought. So which was it, Jamie? Was she a runaway?
A homebody?
She said she was a homebody as well. So was she a runaway? A homebody? Did someone take her against her will? Did she even go to the deli to purchase items for you? Or did you just know she was going to the deli and that's what you tried to use? Like, it just doesn't, it's not making sense to me. It's not
exactly. It doesn't.
Okay, fine. It's fine. Like I said, guys, please bear with me. I haven't been sleeping in a couple of days now. So I'm kind of having have my back here dealing with like a lot. So I do want to play, since we're at it, I'm going to play the this next news clip. I've been trying to look for the press conference, but anytime I look for the press conference, they're just bringing up more news clips. So, if you can find the press conference from this, that'll be great. But
I'm muting because of Lola. I'm sorry.
Okay. That'll be great because tell your dog to be quiet.
She doesn't know how to.
Lolita.
See, there she goes. Sorry.
That's in order. Yeah, so if you can find that, I'm just going to play this next news clip. And if I have them in order correctly, you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about, because they kind of did the mom a little dirty. But hey, if she was doing all of this, then she deserves it. So I don't I'm thinking what I was thinking was going on. Was it because her mother's saying she's a homebody and she's this and that, but you see other pictures of her. She has her nose pierced. She's, didn't quite seem, super innocent like that. She knew that she wanted to get out of this situation. I could say that, though. Let's see. Share. Let's see if it's going to make us watch a commercial. Yeah. Probably not. Let's see.
New Jersey, the mother who publicly called on the police and the public to help find her daughter is now charged with child endangerment. The turn of events coming after police found her teen daughter hiding out in New York after having run away from home. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Johnson outside the Essex County Prosecutor's Office in Newark with the breaking news. Anthony.
Yeah, we had told you at noon that there would be no happy reunion in this case, and that is certainly the case of what happened here this afternoon. Quite a turn of events. We had watched this mother over the last week or two as she would be crying on television, showing a tremendous amount of grief. Now that very same mother is facing jail time.
She's a good girl, please.
It is now starting to appear that all the grief and emotion shown by the teen's mother was not what it seems. Jamie Moore went public asking for help to locate her daughter, who went missing back on October 14th. The case drew the attention of the public, police, the Essex County Prosecutor's Office, the Sheriff's Office, and the FBI, until a break happened yesterday when the 14-year-old was found in Harlem on 111th Street. Once she talked to the NYPD, she revealed who she was and said she did not want to return home. This morning, the Essex County prosecutor called this a case of a runaway and said the 14-year-old had been in New York for most of the time she was missing.
We followed a route. It appears to be circuitous. She was in several locations, as far as we can tell, in New Jersey, ultimately, though, ending up in New York. Where I believe she was staying in a shelter in Brooklyn, but she was ultimately, though, met with police uptown, I believe, in Harlem.
The 14-year-old had not been in school since it started in September, and while there were no cases being investigated by the state, there were concerns about her living arrangement in East Orange. Jamie Moore had even started a GoFundMe page, which raised nearly $10,000. Now she is facing 2 counts of child endangerment. Yes, and those charges do include physical abuse and neglect. Jamie Moore is 39 years old. This mother is now under arrest. That is the latest live from Newark, New Jersey. Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
So now, what do we have to say about this mom now? Because I mean, I did some reading as well. So they didn't only take Jashyah. They took her 3-year-old brother as well. Oh, no, I took the picture down. Let me show you him. He's adorable. He's in the GoFundMe picture. So I'm wondering what exactly was going on for her to I don't want to say make this story up, but I just don't know if a child 14 years old, and I know some 14-year-olds are like kind of grown. I know I didn't know how to use the transit system. I still don't know how to use it. My son recently asked, can we go on the bus? Because he's really into anything that's electronic, any trains, anything like that. And I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to ride the bus. So when I got on, I'm like, how do I do this? They're like, what do you mean? How do you do it? They're like, well, you just pay the little fare. But I was scared that I was going to end up in the wrong spot. So I literally took it like maybe 3 or 4 stops down, and I got back and I came back up. Because I remember once when I was younger and I was with one of my friends that she rode the bus often. And I think we fell asleep or something like that on the bus coming from dance practice. And we ended up at like the station where the buses like leave, like leave from the actual, not just a regular bus station, but like the ending of their route. They're going home.
Right.
So when they parked, we both got up like, where are we? So we still had to have our parents come and get us. But that was the last time I got on the bus. Yeah, because she knew what to do, but I didn't.
Yeah.
And we both fell asleep. So.
Wow.
So how far was that? That was in like, I don't know. I think it was like, I don't know if it was like a Fashion Valley or Mission Valley area. It was far from home. I know that.
Wow.
So I was just like, no. Okay, let me.
How do you just fall asleep on the bus?
Well, we were coming from dance practice.
Oh, so you guys were exhausted.
Yeah. So we already did school. And then I don't remember if it was drill team or cheerleading, but it was the same practice. It just switches on if it's football or whatever, basketball, whatever. So yeah, we're running. We already have at that time in school. Our school was like a college, so I had already 2 periods of dance.
Okay.
And plus that after school, so we were tired.
Wow. I'd have freaked out waking up somewhere I wasn't supposed to be.
We didn't know. We was crying. She was like, "I've never been here before." Yeah, we were crying.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's bounce into some of these comments. Hey, no, I do want you guys to hop on panel while I'm checking out on these comments. And now that we got more of the family members in the building, I'm just gonna let you guys know a little bit of what's been going on with me. I think we should be very transparent as family members here. And on Wednesday, was it Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, I got a phone call, and I'm gonna try not to cry because I'm like over it, but got a phone call, and it was for my dad, and he's already had 3 strokes, and just been having some issues. But when I got over there, he was on the floor, and his girlfriend couldn't like pick him up. So of course, panic mode. I'm like trying to get him up as much as I can. My mom's trying to help me and stuff like that. Anyway, like he kind of goes unconscious, and like I'm getting upset at her because she's allowing him to tell her not to call the 911 when he needs it. He clearly needs it. You can't help him. I can't. What can we do? So I ended up calling, and because of COVID, whatever, I said the word, they can take this if they want to, but we're not able to go with him or anything like that. So that's just kind of been on my mind, and I don't know. I just feel like my dad is getting like up there in age, and I'm not ready for what can possibly happen. So I haven't been able to sleep, and since Wednesday, I kind of like go in and out of these little sleeps and stuff like that, but not fully rested. So I went to the doctors today, and I'm like telling them, they said it's like a situational, like anxiety or whatever they said. So like I do get triggers when my phone rings. I kind of like jump now because the last few times that my phone was ringing at nighttime, it was for an emergency for my dad. So So I'm kind of tired tonight. Hopefully, they gave me medicine. They're like, you need to get sleep or you're going to shut down. And I kind of feel like I have been shutting down. My memories all over the place. So with that being said, I am going to back off from the Thanksgiving thing. This Thanksgiving, I don't know if I'm going to do it for Christmas, but I'm still going to do the drawing for the $100. I'm just going to kind of, take a little bit more off of my plate right now. I just don't feel like I'm in the right space to be doing that and dealing with this, which is something that just kind of came out of nowhere. So if anybody wants to continue to stay in it, you can. If you don't and you already sent money, you can go ahead and email me, and then I'll figure out how to Cash App it back or whatever. So yeah, just putting that out there. If you owe, and I'm going to try not to come live as much, so I might be putting out uploads, and I plan to at least come live once a week, and then do something a little bit more uplifting and keeping the game night going on Saturdays. So yeah, just letting you guys know. We have Preach in the building. Hey, Preach.
Hey,
What's
how's
up,
it
pretty
going?
lady?
How
And
are you?
Naomi?
Hey, how are you? So we're talking about, aren't you East Coast considered? Yeah, the East Coast people.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did you have you been looking into this story?
Yeah. When they said the mom was arrested for child endangerment, my because Star, um, he did he's a big YouTuber,
Who is it?
radio Star,
Star.
like from Star and Buckwild,
Oh, I don't know.
Hot 97, the light skinned guy.
I'm not from where you're from. Don't we have different stations?
Well, I mean, you're from the West Coast, but Star is like nationwide though, as far as like music and rap. He's been that way for a while, but he's a big YouTuber. He's a well known
Okay.
person in the as far as talking about any kind of industry topics. But he touched on this, and he was like, you know, it's strange because she's 14, so we can't really speculate in like a negative way. But
Right.
if the mom's being arrested for child endangerment, then that girl told them something when she came back.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
what she told them, I don't know if they are not going to release it because of her age.
That's what I'm thinking.
Depending on the nature of the situation,
Mm-hmm.
if the mom was involved in it in any way with her, being missing, that's
Yeah. And then
and then
for
they took
that
her
long
small
period of time,
yeah, then they took her
14,
small child.
the
They took
3-year-old.
the mom's yeah, they took the so I mean they were like they whatever that 14-year-old girl told them, they went from consoling her on a national stage to saying she's an unfit mother.
Right.
So
Remember that stance I told you about,
the what?
where she was covering her front?
No,
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't catch that. Or maybe
She
you
has a
talked.
And in
picture
that
where
picture, she was like
she's
this.
standing and she's holding herself. So,
Yeah.
like a lot of people say, when that stands for a female means possible
Some
touching.
type of abuse or something. I don't know. I don't feel like it was like a touching situation.
I hope not.
I mean,
But I do feel like we're gonna look at it again. We have, I believe,
there was a stepdad in this situation, wasn't there?
who was that guy? That's what I've been trying to
The
figure
mom
out.
was dating someone.
The
Yeah.
dark, tall gentleman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is that the little boy's dad or what?
But if he was in the house, I want to know what's going on with him too. It doesn't seem like he's brought up on charges, but they arrested him off, so that's strange. That's
Right.
real strange.
Hey, infamous,
Hello.
She's
are you
muted.
there?
She might not know that she's muted, or her mic isn't working.
I'm gonna pull back up that clip of her crying, and I'm gonna see if I can find the other one where she's outside, so we can kind of analyze her body language, because her doing this. Who said that? Christina said no tears. She was not crying. She had to
No,
like
of
back
course,
up,
no, she was not.
like they kind of grabbed her and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
what
Just
else
Yeah,
like
did
she
Kyle
was
Rittenhouse. Kyle
dry
Rittenhouse was just
tears.
faking too. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
acting.
same thing with Kyle Rittenhouse.
Exactly.
Exact same thing.
Acting.
the mystery
Whole
there,
lot of facial expressions, no real
Hello.
emotion.
emotion at all.
Yeah.
Hey, infamous,
Oh, it's me.
how are you? Why is she in home?
We
Yeah,
cannot hear you. We cannot hear you.
why
Hi,
Infamous.
is she in
Naomi.
No,
home?
can't.
How
Yeah.
the F? Exactly. To me, I don't know. Do you guys think that when she
Hi. I
was
just wanted to first. I just wanted to.
You keep muting yourself. I think it might be something with your mic situation.
infamous, are you there?
She's trying to talk. I'm hearing her trying to say things. Like she's saying things, and then her mic is going on mute, like
Um,
immediately.
Let me try to unmute her then, because it does keep going mute. I can't unmute her.
It's
Yeah, it's on her
her
end.
audio
It's
thing
it's on
might
her
be
end.
messed up.
Uh,
Yeah, her audio, like my headset used to mess up like that, and it would like take the audio out and then take me out the whole thing. Like, so that's why I keep getting new
Oh
headsets.
yeah, it says it's telling me I can't unmute the
Yeah,
guest because they
right,
chose to be muted. Okay.
right. If
So
they mute themselves, then you can't unmute it. But another thing, with your dad, I'm sorry about that. I went through the same thing.
mhm.
Oh, my mom collapsed in the middle of the hallway in 2000. Damn, what year was it? I want to say it was 2017 or 16. Well, I want no. It was 2015, I think. Like she was holding her chest. She collapsed in the hallway. My stepdad picked her up. It was like the scariest moment of my life. Because, like
Right.
you said, you're not ready for that. I was not ready. I was like in the room playing video games or something, and like it just
Can you hear
happened
me?
way out of left field. Yes, we can hear you now.
Right.
It happened way out of left field, and like my entire world stopped. Like
Right.
not a lot of people know what that feels like, but my entire world just stopped. I didn't know what to do. My brain didn't know what to think, and it was New Year's Day, and my
Oh,
boy convinced me to go out that night. I got so drunk and so high, I blacked out and I caused a scene, like
yeah.
Mm.
around his family, you
Oh,
know? And like the last thing I remember, I was like sitting on the floor, like holding my head, and there's no telling, like, what the fuck. Because I was trying to get away from that. I
right.
knew I should have stayed home, but it was just like, it was this feeling. It was such a strange feeling. It hurt so bad. It was,
Yeah.
because I felt hopeless.
Yeah, you can't do anything.
You know, I
Yeah.
felt really hopeless. And like once the paramedics took her, I had a small feeling of relief. But then once they were gone, I was like, I went right back in the
That.
scared mode. Like, you know,
Yeah.
so I know how that feels. It sucks. It's not good. You know, it was probably the worst feeling in my life. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, that really sucks. So I'm sending you a bunch of positive vibes and stuff like that. We might have to watch like August Rush tonight or something.
Or Clifford.
We could do Clifford. We can get some episodes of Clifford. You
You
know,
okay, baby?
Yeah.
it just hurts. I get it, man. It stings. You know, but
Yeah, my
and I
dad
saw
had a
those.
stroke, but he was all the way in California, so I didn't get to see anything except for the
Yeah,
after effect where he
yeah,
couldn't move, he couldn't do things for himself.
yeah.
That was horrible to see that, but to see your actual father or your family member on the ground like that, that would have
It's crazy.
definitely put you in a whole different zone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then they're trying to tell you like, get me up, and I'm
Put her
4'11".
down, baby.
I can't.
right.
It's I don't know. I just never seen it to that
I'm
extent.
not trying to. I'm not trying to have you go back there. I was just trying to help you understand. You're not alone in
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean? I know how you feel, and I know that it
Hey,
sucks.
Naomi.
So yeah.
Yeah. I can hear you.
First, I just wanted
So,
to apologize. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
yes.
I just wanted to apologize to you. Last time I was on here and I was talking over people, and it wasn't intentional. It wasn't on purpose. And I just wanted to say that I respect you for who you are. We kind of go back a little bit, but I just wanted to first
Yeah.
tell you that and just give my apologies.
You're okay.
And then, like how we're saying, I can relate too because I remember my grandmother. They get to a point where when they grow to a certain age, you've lived your life and your experience, and they don't want you to call the ambulance. And I remember my grandmother had fell in the bathroom, and she had fell against the bathtub, and she had bruised her ribs. Well, she had broke some ribs, and she didn't tell anybody for like a week. And so, my mom was helping her get changed, and she saw the big bruise on her side where her ribs are, and she's like, "What is this? What happened?" She didn't even tell her that she fell because they feel that they're not independent anymore, I think. And, they feel, I just want to tell you, you're not alone. I can relate 100%.
It's just I'm the youngest one, and I'm just I don't know.
Me
I'm just
too.
not ready for it. Like I
Right.
know
Me too.
it's
It's
inevitable.
hard. It's a lot
Yeah.
to take.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's already had 3 strokes. I just feel like he's playing with his life at this point,
I
and
mean, yeah.
he doesn't really um like, even though like we try to tell him like to do certain stuff, he kind of laughs it off, and that kind of bothers me a lot more because hold on.
Can
Because
if you do when they do have strokes, can it affect the like your thinking or their cognitive, like their decision making, like how he's like you feel like maybe he's playing, maybe it's affecting the way he
no,
processes,
he
you know what I
has
mean, the
no,
information and
no,
the
no.
way he's
He has that. He's always
no.
been that's his personality. But it's serious to me, and I think I don't know if it's just
Mhm.
like a mask to like cover up what's happening, or
He wants I think he feels like he's a man, and being a man, I understand. he feels like he's being
He doesn't
strong
want you to
for
know.
everyone around him, but it's really to his own detriment, which is what
Right.
could possibly hurt everyone around him. And my mom, like when she actually had a stroke recently, and that scared the shit out of me because the previous situation, and her hand was like this, like she couldn't move it,
Can't move
and
it.
it because it's a neurological thing with the
Yes.
nerves and stuff. So her hand was like she couldn't uh do like this,
Mm,
and she kept like when she said it the first time, I'm like, she's like, I got this pain in my hand, it's like a shooting pain, and I'm
mm,
like, Mom, we need to call the ambulance. She's like, no, 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 no. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna call him.
mm,
And then at like 10 o'clock at night, 10:30, she called me in the room and she's like, I can't. I was like, nope, nope, because I googled it. There was like it could be a heart attack or a stroke, and I was like, nah. I called him anyway. She was mad when I was on the phone. I had to go outside and get on the phone because
right.
she did not want me to call them. And but it was for the best because they put her in the hospital. They had her in rehab for about 2 to 3 weeks. They tested her for COVID about 10 times, you
Right.
know. And the rehab really helped. And they gave her like a full dietary thing. They were like, you eat too much salt.
Uh-huh.
You're screaming, you holler too much. You're giving yourself hypertension.
Yep.
You're too feisty to be 62 years old. Pipe down. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I know you used to be a gangster and all that, but you can't. You grandma. You can't. Grandma can't be walking around. And I think that's a lot of older people. That still got life in them.
Yeah.
That they want to be, and it's like it's cool, but stick around. You know what I mean? We want you to stick around. So she changed her diet completely. You know, every once in a while she'd be like, I had a pork chop. I know I'm not supposed to. But usually it's like something green or something healthy. But she's sticking to it. You know, and I think with men they're a little bit more stubborn, especially with the diet.
Right.
If they like what they like, they want their bacon in the morning. You know, they want the cheese on the eggs. Then they're gonna want maybe some wings. And so for the
Hmm.
men, I think it might be a little different, a little more difficult to get through to them. So I get it, man.
But I
Yeah.
mean, he's got my blood pressure like high. They had to give me stuff
Right,
today
right. Yeah.
because I'm just all over the place. And that's one of my best friends in the building. Hey, Kalila. Me and her
What
went to
up?
school together for like ever. She's on like my dance teams and everything. And she's a
Okay.
fitness instructor in LA. She's amazing. If you want to hop up here, Boo, you can. I'll put the link in there if you're still in here.
I gotta go check something. I might have to make a store run. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. Let me drop the link again. Yeah, so let me show the little boy really quickly. I'm gonna show him. So this is the 3-year-old that
Mhm.
has been taken as well. So I'm just wondering, how was it just like a mom being very strict on her daughter and maybe she wanted to do more things, or was she abusing both of them? Infamous?
I don't know what
What's she
the
trying to
reason
say?
behind it is, other than that she acted very well. I mean, like people thought she was actually
Turn it down a
crying
little
and
bit.
feeling things, but she
No more.
really wasn't.
Right,
To me, it was an acting kind of situation.
right. Let's see what she. Yeah, because we're gonna look at that again. Were you able to find the
No, the same one you showed is the only one I saw for the conference.
exactly right? I don't know if it's because she's a minor and they're doing it this way, but okay. It says, "God be the glory." Jashyah has been found. Oh, whoa, she changed it because this is not what it said before. What? Okay, thank you very much for all of your help. So I wonder if she's still gonna get this
I don't know
because,
because I thought that would be for um
like, a PI and things like that to help
yeah,
find
things
her.
to help find her, or like if they want to have like a, like when they go searching for someone, they want to feed people, get water for them and
Right.
that type of thing, but I don't know.
On October 14, every parent's nightmare became a reality for me. My beautiful 14-year-old baby girl, Jashyah, did not return home after going out to find a card that she lost on her way to the store. Wait,
Mhm.
on her way to the store?
She lost it on the way to the store, and then what? She went in the store and still went shopping? That doesn't make sense.
I'm a little Jamie. I mean, you need to make this make sense for me because I'm trying to understand what you're saying, sweetheart. I don't know what Mom's is saying. Mom's is 39.
Mm-hmm.
She's 14. I thought she went to the store. So did she come home with no groceries?
They said that the guy paid for the groceries, I thought.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could fill me in on
Okay.
the.
So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna finish reading this, but then I'm gonna play some of the other news clips because it's like Mom's is all over the place. Because now she lost it on her way to the store. I thought it was she got whatever and she left the card at the store. I don't know. Okay, anyway. As a mother, there are no words that can describe what my family and I are going through. It's hard to eat, sleep, or even function with with every day that passes. I just want my baby back home with her loving family, laughing, playing on her PS4 with her little brother. Please donate and help us cover more ground so we can purchase flyers, posters, t-shirts. Our family believes in the power of prayer. And if you cannot donate, please pray for us so we can bring Jashyah home safely with her family where she belongs.
Who can hate
So,
on that, right? Nobody
so
can hate on that.
since she said that, then that means that she's not going to get the money because that money is for that purpose.
Right.
Right. Or is it?
She can't get it in her. She won't be able to get it unless they say go ahead and keep the money. I mean, they're going to probably try to get
No,
money back. They're going to start refunding it, right?
this happens all the time with GoFundMe. You
Yeah.
know, they will
I hate
immediately,
that it's like that. Like,
yeah, they'll
this is
immediately
not
send
an
it back to the
insurance
donor.
policy.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, it's for things that just spring up, but I'm saying this mom knew she was abusing this little girl. If the little girl is telling the truth.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, I can tell you this much. If they feel like she's not telling the truth, they wouldn't have arrested her. They would have just took the kids away temporarily. But
Right.
because they arrested her, they might have reason to. They can't
Right.
just arrest you.
Right.
They have to
Yeah. On no
investigate
ground.
it unless they have grounds for that arrest.
Right.
Now, are we just speculating, or did they have what the little girl said, or do they have anything new about that?
Nowhere. I'm gonna play another one. I'm gonna play a couple of them because nowhere, like the lady said in the very first one that I played, she's getting the care that she needs. They're not telling us what she needs, anything like that. So I'm like, is it something? It has to be with her age.
Psychological.
It has to be with her age, and that's why
Yeah,
they're telling us.
I watch a lot of Law and Order, like SVU. It's like my favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
I don't care how many seasons it is. I swear, everyone I date, I start from season one if they've never seen it, and we run. That's just my thing, right? Yeah, they do talk about how certain things aren't put because in Law and Order they got the press and stuff like that, and even in the show, and they don't publicize if it's under a certain age. Like literally, it cannot. Certain things cannot be publicized. You can give the age and the gender, but names, details, they don't do that because they're protected individuals in that case. So I don't want it to be that way, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the mom could have been abusing her and she ran away with somebody.
Because this older guy that was in the store and bought her items, they questioned him, and this is before they found her, and said they don't feel like he had anything to do with it.
Because he probably saw a 14-year-old girl that was pretty much stranded, and he was like, damn, she at least needs like a bottle of water or like a taquito or something out of this 7-Eleven, you know what I mean? Like a bag of chips or something. And then he, if he was a decent person, he could have called them and gave him a tip like, hey, Because a lot of people don't know this, but the bounty was up to 20,000 to find this girl.
Yeah, it went from 15. It went from 10 to 15 to 20.
Right, right. So that might have been the dude that was like, "Hey, she's here, XYZ," and they're like, "Okay, so the dude that kidnapped her told us where she was." Like, that doesn't make sense. And then he
I
just
have an idea.
yeah.
I have an idea.
Get up here, Adit.
How about she? Okay, she went to the store, right? She was supposed to go to the store. She lost the card just as an excuse, just to leave back out.
Brought
She brought her the products already, right? She brought her the food, and then she said, "Oh, Mom, I don't know where the card is. I got to go back out and find it." And that's where she met someone to go somewhere.
It could even be the same guy that she had told, hey, because they said she spent a few days in New Jersey before she went to New York and was in the shelter. They found her in the shelter. I don't know if she was out on hours or whatever, because you can leave the shelter for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And the police caught up with her and she wouldn't admit who she was. Later on, when they took her to the station, is when she said, "Okay, I am Jashyah."
Who you say I am? Yeah.
Yes.
So wait, I didn't know that detail. I'm a little bit. I'm lacking some details. So, she got lost. She was in the store with her mom. Left the store.
No.
Okay.
No.
She was at home. Her mom sent her to the store to get some stuff from the store.
Okay.
She took the mom's card. Now, from what this is saying, she lost it on the way to the store, but I thought she got the items and lost her card coming back home, and that's how the items got there, and she went back to get it. So it's a little, I don't know, when did she lose this card?
So, but supposedly she already got the product. Well, she went to the store. Like, okay, they're saying she lost the card on the way to the store, but the guy paid for the food because, I don't know where the card is. Okay, I don't know where the card is, right? So she's in the store purchasing the products, lost the card. She can't find the card. The guy's like, "Hey, I got you." So he pays for her stuff, and then she leaves back and goes to her mom. "Here's the stuff. I don't know where the card is. I'm gonna go." And then her mom said, "You better go find my card." So she went back out to supposedly go get the card.
Okay.
And who knows what she did to her when she could have possibly really lost the card. Who knows what she did to her, and she was just like, "It's enough of this. I'm not going back home."
She's like, "I came back with the stuff anyway."
Like, "I'm not going back home if I can't find this card, because my mom is really gonna trip on me."
Right.
Exactly.
So she's like, she was probably, because I was abused as a child, and I was terrified of like the school telling like of me doing stuff I wasn't supposed to do, because I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get the shit beat out of me. Like, I'm not gonna get a whooping. Like, I'm going to get hit with something different, like not a belt. Like, I'm in the, and it's like gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And the school was concerned at that point.
Right.
And so they had my aunt come up there and like sit and talk, and like, this boy is terrified. What the fuck?
What's going on?
And then my aunt started to like chill after that, because she was like, "This nigga is not finna have this, and he getting bigger because he's a boy. He gonna punch me in my shit one day." You see what I'm saying? So that shit started to stop. You know what I mean? But not until I fucking expressed like, yo, I was crying in the office like, "Listen, if you tell her this and I go home today, like, fucked up shit is gonna happen to me." And like, I understand that from that little girl. She's like, "I know what's waiting for me at home, and I don't want to endure that."
Right.
She probably told somebody. They were like, "Okay, so this is what we're gonna do." Like a caring adult would be like, "Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna call somebody. We're gonna get you in the right place." Because if your mom finds out right now while you're where you're at, all she has to do is call the police and say someone has her daughter, and they'll automatically give the daughter back to the
Put her back in the
parent.
situation.
And any caring adult would know that. So the caring adult was like, "No, we're gonna get you, completely remove you from this situation. Make sure you're safe. Get you like in a safe house, like they said to find her in a shelter, right? Get you somewhere safe, as to where we have evidence showing that you're literally trying to get away from this person. So when they do find you, they can't just say, 'Oh, you just ran away. You're being reckless.'" Because 9 times out of 10, she has bruises on her body, on her back, on her arms, on her legs. You know what I mean? I understand. I've been through it. You see what I'm saying? I was beat with studded belts and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
And then they hit
you know,
you where you
so
can't see, where other people
right,
can't see.
like in the middle, in the small of your back and shit, to where you got to lift it up and show somebody type shit.
Yep.
Like, yeah,
Mhm.
like I understand. Yeah, that's why that's why I'm so violent, but I don't hurt nobody because I know if I start putting my hands on somebody, I might kill them because I got a lot of that shit still in me. I gotta purge that shit out of me. So
Right.
I'm very passive. I avoid confrontation because I start getting hot. I start getting upset, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get out of this situation.
Yeah.
I
Right.
have to. You know what I mean? Because I'm a grown man. I'm 235 pounds, 6'1". Like I need to leave that situation immediately. So I
Right.
mean, no, I get it.
I think she
And
ran
whatever
away.
adult that was,
Yeah.
I think that's right before I got disconnected because my internet was acting all goofy. But that when you knew you said that, you said, "What if she purposely said she forgot that card just to use it as a place to, as an excuse to be able to get out again? Because maybe she's just getting to that age where she's realizing she has a voice and she needs to be heard. And then, like you said, if they were to just immediately return her back, they would. That's probably what the cops would do because it's a stereotype of teenagers that they just run away and they just return them to the parents because all the parents have to say is, oh, they're just acting up and they just don't want to follow the rules and yada yada yada.
Right.
So
Who's
I think when
this?
they got to that shelter, they have some kind of check-in process, and when they were like
Uh-huh.
she's 14 with no adult, they probably evaluated her,
But she
like
wasn't using her
sat her down.
name. She wasn't
It doesn't
using her
matter what
name.
her name was. They don't push for information like that, especially with a child that might have been abused. It's just like rape victims. Like
Yeah.
you
was it
don't
a
want to push.
domestic violence shelter or a regular shelter? Because if it's a
I
domestic
don't know.
violence shelter,
They're
they
not
won't ask
giving
you for your
exactly.
ID.
They're
They
They're
not
won't
not
giving.
ask you for
specifying a
ID.
lot.
They're
Yeah,
not
they're
giving
not
us
specifying.
I
exactly
would.
what shelter. We know it was like somewhere in Harlem or something like that. But Chanel was saying everyone knew what's been going on in that whole household for years. All the family. Trust me, I know. Then she says the sister too. Chanel, would you like to come up on panel and kind of
Yeah, it sounds like
explain?
you have a lot of insight
Yeah, I'm
on this.
gonna drop the link. You can pop up if you want to. This is an open panel. Any and
Right.
everybody can pop up on here. Um, everybody's entitled to their opinion, whether we agree to disagree or not. That's just how this family rocks. So let me put this down here.
I
I
wonder
was
if
just
the man
saying
that
too,
paid
because
for
if
her
it was
stuff took her in and then dropped her off at a
Say it
shelter
again,
when it got
Jeanette.
too
What
hot.
happened?
I wonder if that man that paid for her stuff took her in and then dropped her off at a shelter when it got too hot. Like when the
That could
police
be a
started questioning
possibility
him.
because once they found out who he was from the videotape, they said they looked into him and there was no suspicion there.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
And I
Infamous,
was
what
just
were you
saying from the
saying?
domestic violence shelter point of view, just because I have experience, because I've been to the DV shelter several times in my life, that I know for a fact that they don't ask for your ID because it's you're trying to be safe, and most of the time, if you leave an abuser, they take your ID and your birth certificate and your social security card, so you usually don't have credentials. And they usually don't press it because if you're trying to get out of that abusive situation, you're already got so much anxieties and so on and so forth that it's basically to keep you safe. So I was just chiming in about that because it could
Okay.
be a possibility.
And
So go
one
ahead.
more thing I know about shelters is you can't walk into a shelter.
No.
They have to come get you because
Yeah.
you're not supposed to know where the shelter is located.
Wait, the
Yep,
person
Because
that's getting
you're
people
absolutely correct.
abused?
people
The
prey
person
on
that
shelters, so
Yeah,
they can keep
because
it.
if they're
You know.
followed, if they're
Yeah.
followed,
Yeah.
then they know where they're at, and then
They
they'll
have a
wait for them to come
checkpoint.
out or something. So they
Yeah.
have to make it where you don't know where you're at until you know for a fact that that person or whoever
It's
did
not a
not
threat.
follow you. Right.
That little
Yeah.
girl's blessed
It's a
because
checkpoint.
if she would have ran into one of these dirty macking ass, y'all ladies, y'all know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't though. She ran into somebody who was
That had her in a
halfway
whole
decent.
nother situation.
Yeah,
Traffic.
Thank
yeah,
God.
yeah. Right,
Thank God. That
right.
she
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. Yeah, 14 years
Right.
old, black girl. Man, they would have never.
Yeah.
Like her chances
The
would have been
mom is
slim out
right.
there.
Prayer does help. And in this situation, if this little girl is telling the truth, and I do feel like she is, prayer worked in her favor
Mhm.
to get her mom some help if she's sitting here doing.
You know what I can't stand is the stigma of people not wanting to get involved in domestic situations, whether it's a man and a woman, or whether it's a woman and a woman, whether it's a family situation, and they
Right.
I don't want to get involved because it's a family affair. No, people need to speak up, and I think that it's not spoken about enough,
Right.
in my opinion, because when you don't speak up about it, that's why it carries on, and these cycles keep on going and going, generation after generation, because they don't get to heal, and they don't get to get the therapy that they need, or to understand what's a healthy relationship versus an unhealthy relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a question, Infamous. So when you said you dealt, and I mean, you don't have to answer the questions, but you dealt with, this type of situation from domestic violence and things like that. So when you were going to these shelters, like she was saying, they just come and get you and take you to a different shelter.
Well, you call. Well, so what it is you call like this number. So if it's a local, if it's your local, like there's only one shelter where I'm at, and there used to be several, but they call it emerged now. But it's because they merged together, so what it is when you call, they ask you questions like, are you safe right now? Are you this? Or they just ask you. They kind of they assess the situation to see how much danger you're in at that moment, what you would need to do, and then if you're able to get to a checkpoint, they kind of give you like a window of time to make it to that checkpoint. And so if you can make it to that checkpoint in any way, shape, or form, whether it's getting on the bus or walking, you go to the checkpoint and then you contact them again and you say, I'm at the checkpoint, because they hold your bed for so long. They hold your spot. So if you have kids with you, they'll tell you if they have space. If they don't have space, they can even put you up in a hotel. They'll even pay for a hotel for a couple nights till they can figure out what the situation could be to keep you safe. But they assess your situation because they have so many calls that come in that they have to weigh the situations of who's in more danger versus, you know what I mean? If somebody could be in more danger than the next person. So it kills them to have to make those decisions, but they have to make those decisions kind of on the fly, or just as the calls come in, where they're going to place them, whether they can place them in a hotel or they need to get them in the shelter and at the checkpoint, because it's more of a dramatic situation. Sorry, my kids are playing with a dog, so I'm going to put it on mute.
So a quick question. So
I took somebody once.
Hold on real quick.
I was saying,
wait, hold on real quick. So once you're already placed in this, were you underage? Like, do they get in contact with any of your family members or anything, or they'll just take you in and not tell anybody?
Nobody can know where you're at.
Not even the police to know the situation.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
As far as the police, that would be a situation where it's a must need to be kind of thing. But nobody can know where you're at. Nobody. Like, it's secluded to where can nobody know where the place is at. It is like you just can't.
This sounds like kind of like mental health things where they can't really get.
Did you ask a question? I was ready to get the dog because they were screaming.
Yeah, I took somebody once, and what happened is we called the 800 number, and then I went and got her, and they said to meet someplace, and then a car came and picked her up. But I couldn't even know where they took her.
Exactly.
Right. And you can't get dropped off. You can't even get dropped off. Like, say you go out, because like you can come and go as you please. And most of the time when you first get there, you have to find yourself again. So a lot of times you sleep, because when you're in an abusive situation, you second guess. They manipulate you to a point to where you second guess everything that you do, and you don't even realize you're doing it. Like every move you make, you feel anxious about it. And so, like the first couple of days, but you can come and go as you please. But I remember there was a time, and I didn't know, and this was a long time ago, but somebody had, like, you cannot get dropped off 2 blocks away. You have to get dropped off at the checkpoint no matter what, because so a staff member happened to see me, and I was 2 blocks back and 2 blocks away, but I didn't realize how serious of a situation it was until I experienced that. And they told me, I'm sorry, but you have to go because you're putting other people in danger, because their abuser could be lurking around, and then they notice that the women are going to the places to be, the shelter. And so they'll lurk around and they'll start asking questions to other people to find out where their victim is. You know what I mean? To find out where the person that has left them
Yeah.
is. And then you could be putting other people in danger and you don't even realize it. So
Yeah.
they were really serious and they said, I'm sorry, but you do have to go. And I was like crying. I was bawling because I was like, I didn't know, and they said, but we have to. They cannot give you any. I mean, they weren't mean about it, but they said, this is why. And they told me the reason why, and it makes sense 100%. And if you get dropped off and a staff member's coming into work and they happen to see you get out of that car, they have to say, hey, we saw Audrey down the way and she wasn't at the
They
checkpoint. She was
report
dropped off.
everything. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
You
mean, and
can't
it
get
is
dropped
just to
off.
keep everybody else safe. It's to keep the
Yeah.
other people safe.
And calls are limited as well,
Hmm.
so they don't
Yeah.
get traced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like witness
And,
protection.
at it again. Did I see her comment down here? Um, with investigation, they should check hospital, homeless shelters, and morgues. Yeah, you would think because she went missing on the 14th of October. You would think they wouldn't allow all this tax money and hours of people looking and looking if the police can just, oh, okay, she's here. That
Her
doesn't mean they have
mom
to
might
take
be a
the
good
mom.
storyteller too. You know what I mean? She
Yeah,
might
of
be
course.
good
She
at telling the
cried
story.
on
Right. So
national
people were
television.
falling for it, left hook, line, and sinker. And so they're
Yeah.
like,
Let's
well,
watch
let's
it.
put people.
Wait a minute, real quick. I got one more
Okay, go ahead.
story. I'm gonna leave out some details because I don't want to incriminate nobody. Nigga
Right.
probably in jail by now anyway. But this is when these are from my days. I'm gonna give some context. I'm a law-abiding citizen nowadays. I pay rent. I live regular. This is from my days when I used to stand out in front of corner stores with malt liquor and drink all night and be outside, right? But I was
Mhm.
always a decent person. So one of the homies came up to me one day and he was like, "Hey," they used to call me Drizzy. He like, "Hey Drizzy, I gotta tell you something." I'm like, "What's up, bro? You great?" He like, I'm good. I'm good." He like, "I don't want to tell nobody else though, cause niggas is weird. You feel me?" He like, "Bruh, I want to show you this girl. She was supposed to be a certain age when bruh got me in contact with her, cause we were supposed to do business. I'm not gonna be too specific, but he was like, "Bruh, I asked her for her ID, cause we don't play that." He's like, "Man, this girl showed me a fucking school ID." He was like, "I don't know if it's high school, middle school, but man," I'm like, "All right, bro." I'm like, "All right, bro. Hold on, bro." He like, "I know you and your OG." He was like, "I know your mom used to be in the game. I know you a good person, dog. I need her to stay with you, dog." And I'm like, "Bro, why you don't just call?" He said, "I can't call nobody." He like, if I
Right.
call somebody, I'm gonna incriminate myself. I'm like, "Okay, okay, okay." I'm like, "All right." So I took her to my mom. My mom looked at this girl. She
I know your mom was like,
She my mom took her in the room with her. She gave her some new clothes. She put her in the shower. She sat her down. She talked to her. She's like, "You better be honest with me." And that's all I heard my mom say. And then she closed the door. She didn't want me to hear it. Cause my
right,
mom used to be a madam and shit like that.
Mm.
Aside from selling drugs and all that shit.
right.
So yeah, yeah, that's why I'm such a nice person. My mom always told me, "You ain't never gonna be in the game." Da, 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 da. That's how I grew up. So she talked to the little girl. She contacted her family, and she told the family where the girl was, and then I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was like witness protection shit. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. Somebody pulled up to our house. My mom went out, spoke to him for a couple of minutes. They took the girl out, never seen her again, bro. You see what I'm saying? Like they got her out
Yeah,
that
I
situation.
like
You
to.
know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And my
like to
dog came to
make
me
sure
because
that
he
I
knew
have like extra clothes or extra makeup or you know what I mean. I always have extra everything because you
she
never
ain't have
know if
nothing.
because I know and I know what it's like to be in that situation. So I try not to overwhelm anybody with the with like, hey, I got this for you and resources. I've learned how to humble myself and not overload somebody that might be in that situation because I have a tendency to overload people.
I know what
So
you
I
mean.
have
I know what
extra.
you mean.
I'll keep my big girl clothes and my skinny girl clothes,
Yeah,
that don't
yeah,
fit me no
yeah,
more. And so it just in case if somebody comes by, I have travel shampoo, conditioner. I have anything that they can refresh themselves and not feel like they have to go back right away. At least
Right,
they have something to change and take a shower and they can like reassess their situation because you can't. It
yeah,
takes a woman up to 8 times statistically to leave their their partner because they make you so codependent, and then they take your credentials away. So you always should always make copies of your credentials, like your birth certificate, your ID, and your social, and give them to somebody that you trust. So if at any time that you feel like you need to leave that situation, you know if they take your stuff, you have an extra set of your credentials somewhere else, so then you won't be hindered from being able to progress
Right.
from not being with that abuser.
In that
Yeah,
situation.
man.
And
And
if
I ain't gonna, and like the little girl,
hold on real quick.
I don't know how old.
Hold on, preach. If Faith is out there listening, I think this is a perfect time for her to come on and show the symbol and talk about it, because she comes on here and she talks about if you're in a situation that is an abusive situation, anything where you need to get out. She shows us the symbol, right? This, and you can do it however you are, but try to get someone's attention. And it's good for people that are in the situation and not in the situation to be able to recognize what that person is trying to tell you without saying it. And I heard of a story recently to where someone just caught on to it and was able to save a young lady. So if you're in there, let me know you're in the chat, and so you
You
can
know
hop
where
in.
that originated from is because for the people that were nonverbal, that's where that sign actually originated from. Is for people that were nonverbal or artistic, the deaf and the blind, or so that's where they taught them that symbol. That's where it actually originated from, so they would be able to say that they needed help.
In
And
public,
that
I
yeah.
believe
I'm
that
glad that
faith.
I'm glad that it's spreading, but
I
Yeah.
believe that Faith has one of those difficulties, and she is how we learned it all. And I just think it's something to put out there just in case anyone sees it. And it's kind of like, because they said the person that saved the little girl, they thought she was just waving hi at first, but then once they seen, like, looked at her face and looked at the sign she was doing, they put two and two together, and they just happened to be seeing something about it like a couple weeks ago, but they were able to save her life. So
I'm so
I just
glad
think
that it's
that's
being able to go. It's spreading universally now. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's awesome.
Added, did you want to speak? The world is mad.
Yes, the world is mad since Cena.
Yes, it is.
Hey,
Yes.
at it.
Hey everyone, how you doing?
Nice to meet you. I'm meeting a lot of people for the first time. Infamous
Yeah,
Um,
and
we didn't watch movies together.
no, she just put a different name on there.
oh,
That's again
who is this?
media.
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't.
New to you would be infamous,
Yeah,
perhaps.
that's the only person. Jeanette is always around and talking.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Hi, Infamous.
Hi, how are you?
The avatar
I'm
threw me
learning how
off.
to ground myself. So if I talk over everybody, say, "Hey," like
No, you're
Naomi
doing
does.
great. You're doing great. You're
I'm
doing
working
great.
hard on it.
You got yeah, I was gonna say knock the other one down.
Yeah, I got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, out.
Hold this.
Oh no, I had one more
Before
thing to
20.
add to that.
Okay.
What really scared me is the girl was smoking crack.
Oh, jeez.
She was addicted to crack cocaine,
Wait,
and
the young lady
I
that your
know
mom
because
helped,
yeah, she tried to light the rose in my house, and I'm like, shorty,
she
I'm
tried
like,
to do
wait a
what?
minute. She tried to smoke crack in my house,
Mm.
Okay.
and I was like, no, you have to like step outside. Like I'm not. I know you're in a situation. I don't know what's going on. You're probably not gonna be because she wasn't talking a lot. Nothing. I know she spoke to my mom because we got her the fuck out of there, but she wasn't saying a lot. You know what I mean? And just real stoic, real quiet, and it started to disturb me. I'm like, what the fuck did they do?
Where did
Like,
your friend find this girl though? Where
listen, I don't know.
you don't know?
He
Okay.
just said, hey, this girl look like she a jit, like she a fucking child, and I know you good people. It was late at night. He was like, bruh, I'm not going back home with this girl. You know what I mean? He was like, but I know your mom is a good person and she gonna know what to do. And I was like, yeah, you right. But I ain't never been like in this situation. He was like, look, I'm gonna drive y'all to the crib. I had no car at the time. I was a little street nigga, man. I'm gonna take y'all to the crib. Just go talk to your OG. I was like, all right, I know what to do. I got it, man. And it's history from there. You know what I mean? Like I said, she got it. We got her out of there like in 24, 48 hours. But within that 24, 48 hours, you know, she was at where can I get some crack? I'm like, where can you get what? I'm like,
Wait,
you
like
just showed
around
me.
how old is she? Why was she even like
All these
around
predators,
like
because these
a
predators
roundabout?
get them hooked on
They
things.
get
You
them.
know what I mean?
They get them on
Mhm.
drugs. You know, and they take them away from their home. You know, and it's so sinister. It's fucked up. Like
And then
it's
they're hooked, and then they feel desperate for money and to eat and all
yeah,
that stuff,
yeah.
and then that's what turns them to, you know, it turns into even more sinister
She could have been
stuff.
no. She could have been no older than. I'm not even gonna cap, man. I think the girl was like 15. You know what I mean? 15. She couldn't have been older than 16 years old. It disturbed the fuck out of me, man. Like for like a few months after that, like I was celibate. I was like, because it was on my mind. It was like, bruh, because I kept thinking about like what she was doing before and what she would have been doing had I been a different type of dude.
Yep, exactly. And
Because
predators,
I
they
brought,
they want them young because they're more, but you can mold them. You know, they can
they're
mold them into what
malleable.
they. Yeah, they're very
Yeah,
very. Yeah,
their brains are, you know, they, I don't know. That shit is
they
wicked,
feel
man. When
like
I
they're
seen that shit in
grown, but they're
person,
not grown, and then these predators
right,
take advantage of that. And especially if they have troubled homes, they look for that. Predators look for, like when, like I said, with domestic violence, and a lot of times women or any kind of domestic violence situation, you get to a point where you're like, what did I do to attract them? And they tell you right from the start that you did nothing to attract them.
right.
They
It's not
found
their
you.
fault.
They prey
Yeah.
on you, and they look for the people that have the dysfunction in the family, or have they tell their whole life story because they look for the weak spots to be able to
Mhm.
jump in and take advantage of that, and they will make them feel safe. And that's what a predator, that's what an abuser does, is they make you feel safe, like that's your rock, and that's, you know, that where have you been all my life, and what they do is they make you feel so safe, and then they slowly creep in, who's that on the phone, or who's that number, and who's this, and then they start creeping in just a bunch of nonsense. And then you, just to avoid the argument, you'll let the telephone go out of service because you just don't want to argue about the telephone, you know. And that's how they slowly get you disconnected from your family, your friends,
Yeah.
people that care about you, and they isolate you. Once they
Yeah.
isolate you, you're codependent, and
Mhm.
that's what makes it hard for you to leave. And I can't stand when people say, how can a woman stay with a man that beats her? It's not like they walk up to you and say, hey, I'm so and so, I'm going to beat you in 3 months and take you away from
Yeah,
everybody you
yeah,
know. If that
exactly.
were the case,
Yeah,
none of us would be with an abuser.
yeah.
Right.
That's what makes it so sick because it's psychological abuse and
And
manipulation. It's
that's
like,
worse than, I
you
think
know,
that's worse, and that's more longer lasting. And I think that it's calculated. It's very calculated from the very beginning that they meet you. It's very calculated. They pick you.
Right.
and I don't hate a lot of people, but I hate a pimp. I hate a pimp. The way they talk.
So weak.
Oh yeah, listen to me now, and then they got to rhyme when they speak, and oh yeah, you hear me, and if you step wrong, then you ain't stepping right, and if you knew better, you do better. Like nigga, I'll kill you, nigga. Shut the fuck up,
It's all these
nigga.
learned
I hate
pattern of
that shit.
words they
You know what
use.
I mean? I don't like shit like that,
It's
bro.
to making them feel
I don't
safe, and
like that
that's the
shit.
whole thing. First and foremost, is to make you feel safe. But yeah, like you said, I can't stand the lingo that they have, and yeah, I've been there. I was with a national champion from judo. I was married to a man, and trust me, yeah, there. I got my bell rung, and I literally saw black. You know, I was crawling around on the floor, and it's crazy because he's like, "What do I do? What do I do?" He had kicked me in the head. And he's like,
Mm.
what do I do? What do you mean? What do you do? You know, like call the
Don't
ambulance.
kick women in the fucking head, you fucking weirdo. That's what you do.
Um, I still haven't heard from The World Is Mad. Did you have something to say? Because I want to play this clip again so we can look at the mother's body language at it. Are you there? Is she there? She's probably not there. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna play this real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna add it to the stream real quick. So this is the one for Infamous. You can look at this one, and I think the next one I'm gonna play I haven't seen yet either. But can kind of tell you what's going on. Let's just look at the mom's body language. Wait a minute.
Endangerment. The turn of events coming
is now under arrest. That is the latest live from Newark, New Jersey. Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Hold on. I think I have to start it over. Hold on, guys. It was probably on there for quite a while, so it starts over. I mean, it kind of ends it because they're going to want me to watch a commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I bet it's going to be a commercial. I knew it.
You know that.
I knew it. That's why they did it. So we're going to give it a second, and then we will go ahead and play it. 8 seconds. All right.
the mother who publicly called on the police and the public to help find her daughter is now charged with child endangerment. The turn of events coming after police found her teen daughter hiding out in New York after having run away from home. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Johnson outside the Essex County Prosecutor's Office in Newark with the breaking news. Anthony.
Yeah, we had told you at noon that there would be no happy reunion in this case, and that is certainly the case of what happened here this afternoon. Quite a turn of events. We had watched this mother over the last week or two as she would be crying on television, showing a tremendous amount of grief. Now that very same mother is facing jail time.
She's a good girl. Please, please, please.
It is now starting to appear that all the grief and emotion shown jail time.
She's a good girl. Please, please, please.
Amount of grief. Now that very same mother is facing jail time.
She's a good girl. Please, please, please.
All right, guys. Where are the tears?
That's what I said. Where are the tears at? I could do that too. Look.
Exactly.
Where the tears at?
And
there
then
ain't no damn
the
tears.
guy in the background, how he kind of, or I think it's a woman.
That's why she covered her face. That's why Travis Scott covered his face too when he was giving that apology supposedly.
Yeah, when they like,
I
if
think
you're
gonna
gonna
get on that topic too as well, but not.
If
tonight.
you're emotional, you're gonna show that emotion. You're not gonna cover your face. Like I've noticed that when they cover their faces because they're showing that there is no tears coming out because you're fake as hell.
Right.
She got her hair done though.
They can't hold that emotion.
I don't know about that part.
Go ahead, Jeanette.
Because like me personally, I would cover my face because I have the ugliest ass cry.
Okay,
That's
so
funny.
you're telling me you're gonna be thinking about how your face looks when you're emotional?
Okay,
No,
honestly,
just when I cry, I always cover my face because I'm aware. I've always covered my face because I'm aware that I have an ugly ass. You know what I mean? Cry. I've always, whenever
Even if it's your child missing. I'm just asking.
Anything that's ever happened, whenever I boo-hoo, I cover my face.
You know what? Today, when I, was talking to my doctor and stuff like that, I didn't necessarily cover my face, but I don't look at people. I mean, I may glance up here and there, but most of the time, if I know it's going to be an emotional situation, I'll wear sunglasses or something, or I'm not really comfortable with eye contact, and that's crying or not. So
right.
I mean, I don't think I would be crying either. But in this situation,
me neither.
Me looking for my child, I don't think I would even care if my hair was combed.
Thank you.
I would have no shoes on.
No, but I just
in the socks.
Her shit laid though. Her shit laid.
And then making that plea for your daughter, you want whoever, if somebody had your daughter or knew where your daughter, you want them to see that emotion. You would want them to see the emotion of.
I think for me, it would be natural to cover my face, and I think that
because you do it all the
people
time.
react differently. I don't think that somebody would be if they naturally cover their face whenever they cry. I don't think that should be held against them.
That's why it has.
No,
to be
you're right.
I don't think somebody's reaction should be held against them for not reacting the way you think they should react. in
Yeah,
a
Miranda
situation.
says, I don't like people staring at me if I cry, so I'll turn around. But this looks different. Yes, the way, okay, I'm going to play it over, and I think there's a way I can slow it down, correct?
Yeah, you can go to the speed option.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me go back to it.
You go to that little setting thing, and then it'll let you bring it, slow it down.
Okay, so
And
I
then
go.
it's like that Susan Smith chick many years ago when her kids, like she didn't show not one, but I think it's because they're afraid that they're not going to be believable too, and they cover their face because it's hard for them to
Hold
hold
on, I
a
gotta
fake
grab some.
emotion.
Wait, I
I
don't
ordered
see that
something. I'll be right
option
back.
to slow it down. Okay, preach. I don't see the option to slow it down. Do you?
I don't either.
I see closed caption.
Okay, can you see that
On
the
your
part that says
little
CC?
settings, that little wheel,
But watch, look.
and then
The CC, yeah, try CC.
and then it
See
should
if that
say.
one does it.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that one's
I
for
just think
captioning. It's supposed to do it. I guess maybe this video is not
Let
doing
me
it.
see something. Let me stop sharing
I
this.
mean,
Let me
maybe I'm
see.
different, but
No, Jeanette, I understand.
No,
you.
Jeanette,
can
you're
hold
you're
things in.
100% correct. I've had ugly cries too, and I'm like, oh, let me get out of here before everybody sees that ugly face, because I'm like, rah, and I'm like, oh no.
I do too,
Because
but I
I
think
hold
when it
things
comes to my
in. I don't
kid,
cry and
I don't think I would not care what was going
I
on.
think we've gotten used to having that instant gratification and expecting instant gratification, like you said, and just expecting her to react a certain way. And I think we all want to say it should be across the board this way, and it's not. Everybody does react differently. And
Yeah.
you're right, Jeanette.
Yeah, you cannot judge one person's emotions off of another's. Because I have people that I know that we could be in the same situation. We have the same connection to a person. Something happens to them. Me, I'm very emotional. I'm crying no matter what. I kind of holds everything like on my shoulders. And you know what? Not too long ago, I was asked if I was an empathetic person, and I said no. And after I thought about it, I was like, no, I really am. And I believe it was Queen's Throne. She asked me that, and I was like, no. But then I'm like, yes, I do take on others' emotions, or something could be happening to somebody I don't even know.
And you don't know how to turn it off.
first
You
in
you
line.
you take it on, like you take on every, like it's all dialed to 10. And if everybody in the room, that's the way I am. If everybody in the room is pissed off and you can feel it in the air, like I could feel all that emotion on me, and I'm so overwhelmed, and I feel discombobulated, like I don't have my my balance
Wits
to me.
about yourself, yeah. You just kind
And
of
that's being an empath, because you feel their emotions, but you feel everybody's at once, and you don't know how to gauge it. You don't know how to turn it off, and so like you don't know how. So you have to leave the situation because you feel all that emotion all at once, and it's hard to take on when you feel everybody's anger or everybody's sadness. Like it's very overwhelming, and I understand you 100%, Naomi, because I'm like that
I feel
too.
like it's a gift and a curse at the same time. Like,
It's a
and
big
then I also feel
responsibility
like
too.
that's the reason why I'm so generous. And while I'm on that topic, I want to say this. Okay. So, like I said, I'm not doing the Thanksgiving dinners for people, but I'm still going to do the $100 giveaway. But I want to make this clear because I feel like people are trying to pull on my heartstrings and trying to manipulate the situation. Yes, it's $100. Whatever. Money is materialistic. But once I don't know, how would I say this, Unit? Because you know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to say it in the wrong way because I don't want anyone to get like the wrong idea of what I'm
You
trying
need to follow your heart and what
No,
you
no, no,
feel.
No, you're not made of money, and
Exactly.
because the way you're doing the giveaways is from the money that you're getting, and then one person gets it, or two people get it. However, you're doing it,
Right.
and sometimes
I
that
understand.
$100, if you don't make that $100, you're still coming out of pocket. So
Right.
that's it.
And
Right.
So be
with her
considerate and
saying
be
that,
mindful of the
hold on a second,
situation.
hold on a second. So with me, I know people are like, oh, well, that's too much. No. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. But now I feel like some of my subscribers, I'm not going to say
Hold
any
on.
names, but have contacted me on,
a personal level.
On a personal level, to where it's just like, dude, I'm a single mom. Yes, I'm here for you guys, and I do want to be here, but don't think that all of your problems, I'm going to be there to take care of them monetary wise. Yes, I see, some people in certain situations. Yes, I'm generous, but I mean, I don't know how to explain it. People are contacting me just because they see I'm a new YouTuber, and I do look at people's situations and I'm like, if I can help, I will help. But now I'm feeling like I'm being taken for granted, or I'm being kind of stepped over.
Don't take it as a weakness.
Yes.
Taken advantage of.
I'm feeling taken advantage of. And like, I did the $100 drawing earlier, and I did the giveaway drawing earlier as well. And so with that, I had, some of the people that won certain items, like, oh, like, speedy it up. And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, because I'm the one who moved the dates up because I had other things to do. Now it's like, okay, I'm being pressured for stuff. And then now people are sending me like bills that they have. And I'm like, I didn't sign up for that.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I'm here for all of you guys. Yes, I am, if I can help. But on that, I feel like some people are kind of like taking my kindness for weakness and are putting a little bit too much stress than I can deal with right now. I mean, I probably wouldn't have brought this up if I didn't have like the stuff I'm dealing with that's on my plate. But I feel like it's being kind of like inconsiderate. Like, if
they're overstepping their boundaries with you,
right,
and like kind of
Wow.
you
And
got to
that's
draw the
why
line in the sand.
Yeah, you got to set those boundaries. It's very important.
I mean, yes, I'm cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sending you guys whatever. But that doesn't mean you take a bill that you have for $300 and send it to me and say you need help.
Well, just
That's
want to
not
say,
okay.
Naomi, thank you. I
You're welcome.
got your item. I don't know what it is because I have not opened it up because I'm going to do an unboxing. Yay!
Yay! And then I'm waiting for, if you can hit up 420, because I want to know when he's gonna go on. Because from here, guys, I'm gonna be on the panel with 420
at
and
9:30.
420. If you are in here, I need you to drop your link, because right after this, we're gonna hop over to him and we're gonna discuss the
I was just about to drop it.
Chris
Go ahead.
Watts. Yeah, can you please drop the link? Shay, drop the link. Go ahead. We're gonna slide over to his platform, but I just wanted to make that clear. If you guys want to go ahead and send any cash apps in, those are all gonna go into the drawing for the $100. But I'm letting you guys know right now, I'm not going to be feeding the homeless for this time around, just because I feel like it's going to be a lot on my plate and I'm dealing with a lot right now. But I'm still going to do the $100 drawing.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna. I want to thank you for and thank you for letting me come on. And I think I did pretty good this time around. And
no, you're amazing. Yeah,
and Naomi, like you said, you're very strong, but you draw those boundaries right from the jump. Next time, like, just so that people, hey, this is where I'm at, and this is what I won't stand for, and this is what is not okay, and so people can know right from the jump, because you are a kind-hearted soul, but then again, you still will draw the line, but just do it right from the jump, so then people don't, so they don't think that they could just kind of weasel their way in,
Yeah, it's been
advantage.
like a lot of different people like contacting me, like, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can I?
Making you feel bad, yeah.
I'm just like, yo, like, I know I'm not even in the situation.
Especially with your dad going through whatever he's going through.
My dad,
they need
I
to be
have my
mindful
own
of that.
kids to take care of. I have my own issues I'm dealing with, and I just feel very
We need to
overwhelmed.
be more mindful of that, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks, guys. You guys take
Bye.
care. Bye. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
We'll
sweetie.
be watching one more video. Does anybody have to say anything before? And I just want to check and make sure there's not a new update. But we will be watching another one. Does anyone want to say anything?
I just think
Go
if
ahead.
everybody can do, or anybody can do, I think everybody can do their own act of kindness anywhere they're at, wherever they're at. So
Let me bring that up. Okay.
it's okay.
I took it off of my thing. Let me see if I have that on there. Just to see if I have one of his back. Because the young man that, dang, it's not in my box anymore, but that was killed leaving the game, and it was random acts of kindness. So I'm going to put that on my community board to still have people hashtag his name and put the random acts of kindness in it whenever you do anything that you're doing, just because his dad, I feel, still needs to see that and see that his son is not, his murder was not in vain. Okay, so I'm going to be putting that on my community board. So we're gonna watch this next video really quickly, and then like I said, did you guys put 420's link to his channel, to his?
Yes.
I don't see it up there.
It was right after he said thank you, you knew. Thanks.
Okay, well, can you put something above it so they know that that's what that
Like
is?
for him? Okay.
So that they can click it.
Will do.
And be able to go right into his live right after this. So I'm gonna go on for a little bit more. He's gonna have like 30 minutes till his, and then we're gonna hop on over there 7:30 Pacific time. So I believe that's 9:30 Central. Right?
Yeah.
And then East, it'll be 10:30, I believe.
So your time would be 7:30. Central is 9:30. Eastern is 10:30.
Yes. So everybody, we're gonna hop over there, show him some love. And he's kind of new to this, but he's getting it down really, really, really good. So I just want everybody to go over there, show him some love, toss some pandas in there, let them know we are here for each other, and you know, just give your feedback, comment, be there for him and his new journey that he's on. So I'm gonna play this really quickly, and then if anybody has anything to say, we'll go through that. Share screen. That's gonna be this one. Okay, so is it, or I gotta play it? Oh, I gotta put it on there. Hold on, give me a second. Let's pause it so I can make it bigger. Can I not make it bigger?
When you play it, it might show up there. Go right there next corner.
East Orange, New Jersey, after weeks of searching.
I like to start from the beginning.
I'm Christine Johnson.
I'm Maurice Dubois. We begin here at 11 with that breaking news out of East Orange, New Jersey. After weeks of searching, police say 14-year-old Jashyah Moore has been
we're getting feedback.
CBS 2's Tony Aiello in our newsroom with the breaking details. Tony.
Well, it
might
is
have
the
to
answer
mute
to many prayers.
yourself.
Hold on, wait. I don't know why it would be doing
You
that.
might have to mute yourself. Your
Well, I
audio
didn't have
might
to do
be
it
picking
before,
up.
so it probably, you know what? Let me put it on here. Because anytime I put these on, I don't have to really deal with that whole feedback.
Yeah, because it's playing through your computer, and those little speakers that pick it up from your computer, it's right next to the speaker. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just picking it up and playing it back again.
So I'll just do this.
Moore found safe and sound tonight
Is it
in
better?
New York City. We've learned a good Samaritan spotted and recognized the girl around 7 tonight and called 911. She was alone near West 111th Street and Lenox Avenue. A source says when NYPD approached, she first denied being Jashyah, then eventually confirmed her identity. The acting Essex County, New Jersey prosecutor says Jashyah is, quote, currently safe and being provided all appropriate services. The 14-year-old disappeared October 14th after visiting a deli on Central Avenue in East Orange. Authorities pleaded for tips and raised $20,000 in reward money. Search parties were organized, and some activists even blocked traffic in East Orange to raise awareness. Again, Jashyah Moore found in New York City. She's safe and returning home. Essex County officials plan to release more information at a news conference tomorrow. Live in the newsroom, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.
All right, Tony, so happy she's safe. Thank you.
So, I mean, that was one of the more recent ones that I've seen. I'll click back right here because they've been updating this case like quite frequently. And I mean, I don't know where we go from here. I'm just going to keep bringing up some updates with Jashyah and her journey and seeing what, comes out of all of this, running away from East Orange. So I know Jersey isn't there one train or something that goes from Jersey to New York?
Like
Anybody?
a train or a tram?
Like something. I don't know. Isn't there a connection?
Because I know in New York, don't they have like the underground thingies? What they call it? Train, train station?
I'm not sure, but I know that.
Yeah,
I'm
the
not
subway.
sure, but
Subway, thank you. I was like,
but it goes from New Jersey to New York, right?
I think so. Let me double check it, but I'm pretty sure.
Trains go from state to fucking state, like DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
No, the underground thing.
The underground. What's it called?
Right.
The train
Those are
station or
subways.
underground subway.
The
Underground
subway. Yeah.
So they'll
We
take
don't
you.
have subways over here.
No. New York, like I think I don't know
Cali
where else
doesn't
do they
have it because you're too high you're at sea level or like below it or something. If they dug tunnels, everyone would drown and die. There are no basements in Florida.
No.
Yeah.
There isn't.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah. So it's just up high in
yeah.
New York. Where else do they have it besides New York with the subways?
Maryland has subways. Pretty much everywhere on the northeast. Anything.
So just in that one corner of the United States, basically.
Anything tropical. Middle America has subways. That's what anywhere where there's mountains and stuff.
Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why they have those underground tunnels where they talk about the conspiracy theories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have underground bases in Dulce, New Mexico.
I'm glad you know, because I sure didn't know. I just thought of New York, and that is it. New York and that area, Maryland.
There's a whole underground thing the government got going on. I don't want to get into that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist no more.
I got you.
Because I know my cousin, he was living in New Jersey with his sister and stuff like that, but he worked in New York. So I'm thinking they're like right close to each other. So I'm wondering if this shelter she may have called previously and told her to meet, like you guys were saying.
Yeah.
Have a meeting point, and that's why she spent a certain amount of days in New Jersey and then was able to take her there.
I wonder.
I don't know. Like, it's just crazy.
Because
Christina, I dropped the link, so it's down there. Yeah, explain that whole thing.
Yeah, with
Christina
her
says
being
Cleveland.
With her being 14, I still think that if she's got some kind of, something that she wants to get away from, that they would bring her, like they would pick her up.
Right.
I mean, there's got to be something for someone who's being abused, and they don't just want to go to the police station and they want to be safe somewhere. That's going to be your safe haven because they know that they can't tell nobody. They can't tell your mama where you're at.
It's just weird that they wouldn't tell the police and then have them use all this manpower. And then she gets found anyway. I don't understand.
It's very shut down. It's very shut down.
I did want to finish this up. Christina, if you want to hop up, because she said drop the link. But let me see this last part that I didn't get to read. Let me see if you guys can see it. From the mom on that fundraiser, because she felt awkward to me. I don't know. So yesterday, it says
that's
from
part.
Jamie. It's Jamie.
That's what?
It's what? Jeanette?
Oh, I was gonna say that's a part that I question because
which part?
Like kids know they can go to school and tell somebody and be removed from a situation quickly. They all know. So that's where that's
no.
where I have a question about that part.
I question what
Wait
you
a
just
minute.
said as
Yeah,
well.
because I was gonna say something about my cousin. Go ahead.
Because
You
I had a
say yours.
situation at a school. I was a substitute teacher at the time, and that child told the
Christina.
school, and next thing you know, they're back. She's back to the parents.
Right.
Really?
That same day that they took her in that office to have a conversation with her, they took her to and had the parents come pick her up. Okay, I was there the whole time. They picked her up from the school
Well,
after
there's
she
a
said they beat her ass and she had a bruise across her face.
And they
But the school, they have an obligation to report that to CPS. So
They
the
do.
school isn't the ultimate one that would be investigating that. That's not even their place to investigate it.
But they're
They
supposed to
they're
send
not
it to the right place, and that was not the
they're
parents.
supposed to send right. They're supposed to send it to CPS automatically. That's the law. So your school broke the law. If the school was following the law, that's not what would happen.
If it's not on paper, how are they going to figure that out?
So
What
you
is it
knew
called?
No,
A mandated? A
when you
mandated?
if you're a mandated reporter and you suspect abuse, you only have to suspect it. You have to report it. It's not up to you to figure out whether it's true or false or
But you
whatever
gave
else.
her back to her parents is what I'm talking about. So when you said
But-
that, oh, they will, that's somewhere safe for her,
That-
it's not a safe haven every time.
No, I'm saying
you might
the
get
schools.
some, but not all.
Look, the school's obligation is to report that to CPS if they get a report from a child of child abuse, or even if they see something and they're not sure. That's their obligation to report it.
It is
Well,
their
It
obligation.
just
that
is.
the obligation, but according to you knew it didn't work that way. So
Exactly.
Right.
it all on what
I was there
Right,
the
because
whole time. I was sitting the whole time because where she was talked to, we had special ed students, and I was subbing for a special ed teacher. So the special ed students were here, and then they have the desk for the lady that they talk to, the guidance counselor, and then it goes from there. It goes to the higher level, then it goes to the the school principal or whatever. But obviously, it didn't go from there. I don't know if she knew them personally, but the parents came and picked that little girl up.
How many years
After
ago
she
was that
sat
though?
there. Oh my God. It's been at least a good 10 years since I worked there.
Oh, that changed. You knew I was
Right,
good for
because I know exactly when I took the mandated reporter stuff, exactly what they said, and that's one thing that you wouldn't do is tell the accuser without the person being
No, it's
in
not 10 years.
safety.
My bad. It's not 10 years. It was 2008. So no, not 10 years yet. It hasn't even gotten to 10 years yet. So that's what,
Like,
6 years?
Right. If a child is accusing a parent of abuse, that's the last thing they're supposed to do is just willy-nilly return them
They did.
to the
I was there
parent.
the whole time. I saw the whole thing. I don't know if
Right.
they came up with, oh, she was lying or whatever, because I didn't get to hear the whole conversation, but I saw them hand that child over to the parents because she came to me and told me that that her mom hit her. She told me that
But
she was being abused. And they
that's
took it from
still
there on.
that's not the
I'm the one who
school's
took her to the
job.
guidance counselor. I told her
Right.
to go talk to the, because I said I can't do anything about it, but I can send you to who's the next step, who you need to go talk to. And I regretted it till this day because I don't know if something happened with that little girl or not.
But you
I
knew,
don't
so
know.
you weren't you weren't you weren't a mandated reporter, or you were, because it
No,
seems
I'm a
like.
substitute teacher. I'm not a
But
mandated.
as
But
a
I
substitute
have to
teacher,
give her
you're
to the mandate.
supposed to be mandated reporter, right? Or no?
No, I'm the one who reported, to tell I needed to take her to the next level because I couldn't do anything about it because I'm just a sub. A sub does not have the same, like I can't go and say, oh, let me go take you to the cops or anything like that. I had to take her to the next step, which is the guidance counselor.
Well, there
I
was
thought everybody
where
that works for this school that's mandated has to report to CPS directly.
No, we don't. Not the subs. No, we don't
Nice.
have that. We don't have that height of anything. We didn't get to do anything. The only thing we did was we sat down and we taught the children, or we could sit down and eat chips and sodas just like the rest of them damn subs used to do. That used to piss me off because I'm working my butt off up at the front of the, class, and I'm teaching where the other ones are sitting there eating chips and eating soda, drinking sodas. So yeah, we weren't mandated to do things like that. But I took her to the guidance counselor because I thought it was going to get taken care of the right way, and obviously not.
Well, J Lo, you have to look at it too. When she did it, that was back then. So
Yeah.
the laws always change. Everything
Mm-hmm.
always change. So what you're
Mm-hmm.
talking about has been mandated. So as opposed to what you knew did back in the days.
Right.
And the
Right.
reason I say that is because my daughter, I told her to do hair,
Black
fade,
boy.
whatever, and she did it. And it was one girl, she did her hair. And this one girl, I didn't know anything about this girl except for she came here from
You got a little
Arkansas
comfort.
with her
You
aunt.
want a cup?
And
Let me know.
after my daughter did her hair, I seen this girl walking down the street with a top on and nothing but a towel. And I'm thinking, like, why is this little girl, she was like 13 or 14, walking down the street with a towel wrapped around her? You didn't go swimming.
Right.
And I stopped her and I said, what's going on? Why you got a towel? And she told me that some girls that she was spending the night at their house took her clothes and hid it.
Oh my God.
Why would they do that? She said she don't know. But she went to their house because staying at her aunt's house, her aunt had different men over there.
Mm-hmm.
And these different men were making advances towards her. So she was trying to stay at her friend's house. So I made a obligation that this young lady could stay with me. So I was in the house with 4 teenagers, could stay with me until she finished high school. She was in her senior year.
Yeah.
In her senior year, and she said the aunt boyfriends used to try to mess with her. And
Wow.
that's the reason why she was staying at her friends.
Mm.
And to this day, this young lady, she served in service. She went into the army. And now she got a family of 4. And she lives in Atlanta, I believe. Yes, Atlanta. And I just think about that, like with these people and what they doing. You never know what's going on with these girls and their young lives.
Right.
So I was thankful to have a part in that with this
Yeah.
young lady.
Oh
If I
yeah,
can
I would have
help
questioned
y'all, I
that
can help
too.
one.
Yeah, I would have questioned it too. You did a
Oh,
good
I
job
would have.
questioning that for sure.
Right, because her
Well, I mean,
mom signed
I
over
think
all her rights to me during that time. And I was like, well, we just gonna do the best we can. Long as you do fulfill your obligation, I'm gonna fulfill mine. You got a roof
Yeah.
over your head, you got your food in your stomach, you don't have to worry about nothing. We going shopping, I got your school covered, whatever.
mhm.
Yep.
I do think like some schools do have like biases towards
Mm-hmm.
parents, like so that maybe they won't report something, but they
It's
should.
possible. It's possible.
Well, like the questionnaires they send home, I don't know if you guys have ever gotten them, but it always like I always question like why they want to know that stuff.
That's none of their business. I never filled them out. The only thing I filled
Do,
out is what they needed, and anything else, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't get
do you know
shit.
what I'm talking about? They ask you
Yeah.
what your income is, what your level of
Not your
education is,
business. You
and
you put on there
it's
not
kind
your
of like
business.
no, but I was saying like, are they asking you that to see like what they can like get away with? I'm not sure
They
like
want to
what
know
they do
like
with those.
a
I
lot of
call
that.
it
They want to
business.
know your business. They nosy as F, and that's it.
A category
Yeah,
that they can put you in, your kids in, put you in,
Mhm.
and so forth.
right.
Because certain kids
Mhm.
get this amount of attention and certain don't.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
Right.
honestly, I tell my kids, I know school is not for everyone.
Mhm.
Definitely not for everyone. And I tell them, find what you're good at.
Right.
Yeah.
What you're good at
Yeah.
and make best of that. Don't worry about school. Don't worry about college. Find what you're good at. If
Hmm.
school is not for you, find what you're good at and go from
Right.
there.
Right.
Right.
Right. And that's true.
I'm trying to reprogram what they programmed into us.
Hmm.
You know, another thing I wanted to say as well is, you know, you're saying that sometimes the schools are safe haven for the kids to come say things. I'm gonna tell you what I seen with my own two eyes, and I complained about. I let them know about it because it was a teacher who did this. She snatched the little. When I tell you that little bony arm was like probably about this small when she snatched that little boy, and she took him and did like jerked him like this, and I saw it with my own two eyes. I went and told about it. I don't think anything was done about it because it was a damn teacher.
Not only that, he probably had a reputation in the school. So they're not going to
She snatched that little boy. I thought she was going to break his damn arm the way she snatched that little bitty boy's arm. She snatched him like not like come on like this or come with me. No, she snatched him like hard. And I went and I complained about it, and I didn't hear nothing about it. Like, oh, Miss Stewart, thank you for letting us know this is nothing. I heard nothing about it. It was almost like it never even happened. But I saw it with my own two damn eyes. I told them exactly where it happened, in front of her classroom and everything. And they still, I didn't hear nothing about it. I don't know what they did with it. That's why sometimes it's damn if you do and damn if you don't. I wish I would have known that child's mom because I was going to snitch. I was going to snitch on that daggone biatch.
I just
don't put their hands on somebody else's damn children because I wish somebody would put their hands on my kid. I will go straight off. I'm sorry. I will go straight off.
I just know the schools that my kids have been in, there have been teachers there and staff there that are there for the kids. That I know, like without a doubt, like a kid could go tell them something like that and they wouldn't be
I hope they do
returned
have
home.
those schools though. I'm glad they have some that do have it. I mean, I wish it was 100% all the way around the board, like everybody did that, but it's not always the reality of it.
Where did
Well, I
Christina?
work in Naperville at
fell off.
their school district, and I really appreciate the people in that district because they stick by us.
Christina, if you're still in the building, pop up.
Yeah, she wasn't saying anything. I don't know what happened.
They stick by us.
But Bree Love said they don't want a lawsuit. Yeah, that's probably what it is. They didn't want a lawsuit, so that's why they didn't do anything about it. Because that lady, that teacher that snatched that little boy's arm like that, I would have told the mother. I saw the whole thing, lady. I'm telling on you. I don't care. I'm telling on you. And I don't care if I have the job or not when I get done telling on you. That's not the case. I wanted that child to be safe because you could have easily broke that little bitty boy's bony ass arms. Barely had any skin on him. This little bitty arm.
Right now with our district, because we out there with the people that got money, and it was a video that surplused on the news about a kid getting beaten on a bus in Naperville, and the parents are trying to sue and so forth. And my thing is, with all of that, suits are happening now. Everyone want to sue for everything.
Christina's in the building.
Thing. So you got to watch what you do. Somebody want to sue you. Somebody want to sue you. Somebody want to sue you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know,
go ahead,
so.
Sorry.
The schools they're losing millions because the teachers sleeping with the students.
Yes,
Like,
I just seen another case of that, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why are you guys even? There has to be something in their background to where they're saying that. But real quick, I want to get Christina. It's hard to get her up here, y'all. So, I mean, I got her in the building. Christina,
again. Sorry, sweetie.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, Christina.
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways to get from Essex County to New York.
Okay.
She could catch the bus from wherever she's at in East Orange downtown north to go to the train station. From the train station, you could hop on the PATH train.
Okay.
The PATH train goes all the way to 33rd in New York. That's like the last stop. Yeah, I could Google it if y'all want to.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
so where's this train? Okay, if you were 14 years old, what would be your way from Orange to where, to getting across to going to New York? Because isn't it a waterway, right? I could be wrong. Does the subway go? Okay.
No, the only thing that you could get to, and you also could catch the bus from the train station to go to New York. So you have the PAV train, and you have over here is New Jersey Transit. You could catch like one of the local buses to go to New York.
Okay. So if you were 14, which do you think she would have done? The subway or the bus route? It will be more
probably be the probably take the PAV train.
Okay.
To New York because it's easier.
Okay. So that would be, if I'm typing it in, do I have to go on Google Maps or I could type it in as an address?
You can put in, what do you want to research?
I'm just trying to see how far from where she was at the deli area, the orange area, to New York, because they said it's like a place in Harlem, right?
Yeah, that she was far.
I'm gonna say something bad.
She had to probably go on a bus from East Orange, wherever she was, by the deli, then go to the train station, get off the bus, go downstairs to the PAB train, wait there for maybe a couple of minutes to get on the 33rd train, and then from the 33rd train, when you get off in New York, it's gonna be 33rd, and then she's gonna have to hop back on to another train to get to her location from New York. I don't know if it's the 2 train. I don't know what train goes from there.
Naomi, I sent you the subway station map. I sent it to your email.
On my email?
To your email.
Okay.
So that way she could explain it by looking at it. It's easier that way.
Okay, because
so we could understand it.
The way my cousin was making it seem to me, because he was living in New Jersey for a while and he lived in New Jersey but worked in New York. And so he's like, oh no, cousin, it's not that far. And I'm just like, it sounds far from what he's saying. And he's like, no, you don't need a car because everything, if you get a car, it's longer to get wherever you need to go. So I'm like, okay. Okay, so okay. Let me.
I wonder the reason why he was saying that is because of the traffic. It's a lot easier to get through the subways. Would that be correct, Christina? Yeah. Because I went to New York. That sucker is packed. New York is packed. Right. No, I'm saying, like, do you think that it's a lot faster to go through the subway than it is through streets because of the car? The streets are packed. Like I went to New York and it was horrible traffic.
Right.
I've been there. How the transportation is.
I've been there too, and the subway is very efficient. So
yeah, that's
the
what
subway
I'm
is a lot of New Yorkers. They ride the subway to get to point A to point B if they want to drive.
Right. So the mom was arrested for child endangerment.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. But they're not giving us too much information.
Do you think that she was trafficking her daughter? Do you think she was trafficking her daughter?
I don't know.
That crossed my mind very briefly, but I didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
I think she might have been.
That's why I brought up the story I brought up, because that was pretty much trafficking what I was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So
did Christina fall off?
Yeah,
I've heard of that, and the reason I say that is that man bought the food, and I was wondering why. Because some people that do that will take items instead of money in case it's a police officer.
She could have been in dismay at that time about losing the card or whatever, and expressed that to him and told him all of her situation. Like I said, 14 years old, I deal with students all day, every day. 14 years old have a cell phone. They don't even use it for the information they need to use it for. They ask you the same question that they could go on Google and ask for.
Yes.
So somebody could have been telling her, okay, this is what you need to do. Or maybe they helped her get to where she at.
Right.
Yeah. And especially if it was a man,
wondering
he
what
didn't
would
want to
bring
be
a charge.
traveling with a minor.
Yeah. I just wonder what would
So he
bring a
probably just gave her
charge
the
of
information she needed
endangerment.
and let it go.
This is from an hour ago. Let me see.
Because, like, letting your
What?
14-year-old walk to the store is not going to bring a charge of endangerment.
Right.
But if
No.
you're asking your 14-year-old to get money from men, that's going to bring you a charge
Of more than endangerment.
of
Because it
endangerment.
says 14-year-old Moore's 3-year-old son has been taken from Moore's custody and released, said. It doesn't say who. The teen was found safely in New York. I'm trying to see if I can find anything new because it's from an hour ago.
But
But I
she
want to
lost.
see.
She lost the card, and somebody paid for it, and she, from whatever was going on at home, she's scared to go back there, and she got somebody to help her get away. Now she's found. What are they going to do now? Is she going to go back to the home?
The mom's arrested. They
The
took the
mom's
baby too.
arrested.
They're both going in the
Right.
system.
Right.
The
That's
mom,
Unless
why
they
I
got
think
an immediate
stepdad,
family.
the mom and stepdad.
The stepdad,
I mean,
I
why would
haven't
they
heard
give it to
anything
the
about.
stepdad?
The mom I haven't heard anything about, and I'm unsure if the stepdad is the 3-year-old's father. That's
Right.
unclear.
If
But
they took
both
the
children are
3-year-old, then
taken.
it's not the 3-year-old's father.
Why
because
couldn't it be?
sometimes they'll
If
arrest you on a minor charge. Sometimes they'll arrest people on a minor charge, but then they'll add up the bigger ones later once they get all the evidence.
Or maybe stepdad got a record himself.
Maybe.
So there's something else coming down for her.
Right.
Unfortunately, a lot of times these men they prey on single mothers. You know what I mean?
Single mothers with daughters. You just want to be in the house with the mom, sleeping with the mom and the daughter. It is disgusting.
That's weird.
And the little girls sometimes can't even tell their mom because the mom is too infatuated with this new man that's living in her house with her that she can't even take the time out to think, what if this is true what my daughter is saying, and she's just not saying it because she wants attention.
Don't blame the girl.
Ugh.
You don't have enough
Right.
clothes on around the house. You
Right.
this. You shouldn't be talking to him when I'm here. Like, yo,
And
that's
then
crazy.
mom got all her attention on him and not
Yeah.
her daughter. And so they may have a response to act out. Or then again, stepdaddy might have a response to act in. And the mom not trying to hear that.
Right.
Cause they need what it's
It
called
happens too often.
convenience. I got somebody
Like
paying the bill, up in this and this and that. Girl, please.
the movie Precious. The movie Precious told so many different stories.
Yes, all in one.
You know, like listen, that happens to so many girls, so many. And I'm not better than nobody else, but I'm not fucking your daughter and then blaming it on her. I'm not doing that. So,
But
I guess
besides that, preach, what are your thoughts about that? Like, what do you think about stepdaddies in the house with these kids and stuff like that? These women.
I'm gonna be completely transparent. I grew up in a house full of women, and I've experienced firsthand physical and emotional and mental abuse. You know what I mean? So it's a certain way I treat women, and it's a certain way I treat victims. Now, given the fact that my sister and my cousin, they got like 10 kids in between both of them. I don't have any kids myself because I know what it's like having children, and I know I'm not ready for that for one. So on the other side, I don't date women with children. Anyway, there's nothing, and it's not nothing against the woman for having a kid. It's not like, oh, I'm punishing you because you had a kid before you met me. Like that's retarded. I'm just saying, like it's the family dynamic that I would much rather not, take part in. You know, so for a man that doesn't mind that, I'm not saying there's something wrong with him. Maybe he got kids himself, but it's like it's always the dude that the daughter's always like 15, 14, 16, and these situations happen. It's almost like it's almost like they target them, and like you said, the woman is so caught up with the fact that they got a man in the house finally, and he knows that. You don't think he knows that? You know what I mean? The predators know certain things. It's just they hide it very well. Because if they admit that they acknowledge, if they acknowledge that they think about that shit, then they're pretty much calling themselves a predator. I think it's weird. I think it's like I don't know, man. It's I don't know. It's very strange to me. You know, I mean, I don't know.
Right.
It's just strange. I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying you can't fall in love with a woman who has children, but 9 times out of 10 with situations like this, it's the stepdad involved and a 14 to 18, 19-year-old girl,
Right.
sometimes younger. And more times than not, the mom is blaming the little girl because she wants to keep that man.
Right.
And
Called
it's not
convenience.
just it's not just a trend. It's a problem,
Well, I
and
know
not just you know. But me personally, you know, I maybe when I get older and it's a little different for me, I may change my mind about dating women with children. But this is how I think about the dynamic. I wouldn't prefer that. But so I'm thinking to myself like uh what's the appeal? You know, like I don't know.
I know
I don't
I
know.
told my kid's father, as well as all of my brothers, if I ever find out y'all tried to do anything to my daughter, I don't mind spending life in jail.
Me
Hello.
neither.
Yes,
Me
Period.
sir.
neither.
Yes, sir. And they
Me
looked at me like I was
neither.
crazy. So
Period.
I'm like,
Y'all could lay
there, real
put
talk.
rose petals
Real
out. I'm
talk.
gonna gladly take that trip.
Yep.
Okay.
Gladly.
That's
But then
one thing
I
I'll
think
go to
about it.
prison for is
If
my
I'm in
Feel that.
jail, who's
children,
gonna
my
be watching her then?
grandchildren. I'm
I'll,
going
Feel
I'll,
in.
that.
I'll go in there. Hey,
I'm
Right.
man,
You
going
know,
in.
we gonna have
I
fun
would
going
see
in
it.
there.
I'm going in.
But look, knock
I
on
would see it a
wood.
lot where, yeah, I'd see it a
Knock
lot
on.
where girls would
Go
end
ahead.
up in the system because of like sex with a step parent, and the mom would take the step parent's side. It's
Just
disgusting.
like
Oh
Amari.
yeah.
And
The
and
situation with
they
Amari.
and
Yeah.
they would live there. They would continue living their life where they were at while their kid was in the system, and then they'd call and complain about having to pay child support too because their
Mhm.
child's placed with the system. It's disgusting.
Mhm. Mhm.
With Amari, her mom knew that she ended up having a kid with this man even after I always call her Amber. What is her name? Taylor. All right, this is all allegedly from what I've gathered. She even stayed with the man that was abusing her son, who her first kid that she, gave up. Her mom stayed with
Okay.
that man and then had kids with him after. How do you think that's not messing up your child's head? So now that
Mhm.
she's not able to take care of Amari was with the grandmother. Now she's with this fool Terrell. She knows this baby is going to give her benefits, give her a place to stay, whatever. She gets little Amari for a little bit. He's gone.
Mhm.
And I believe she was trying to get out of the situation with Terrell because he may have been a little bit too much for her. Yeah, she may have been, giving up her body, but probably was like renegade type stuff. But now you got this man that's mooching off of you with your son playing stepdaddy. Oh, their DNA is so close and this and that.
Mhm.
No. The mom, the grandmother, even said she's seen bruises on that little boy's face when she went and picked him up with the mom and him. You didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing. And then when she came without him, you didn't push the issue. But I'm not saying that gives her, a pass on what happened, because I would have never left my son with somebody I knew that I knew was abusing him and go to a whole nother state.
Right.
I don't get it. And then
Um.
you come back and see splashes of blood on the wall. Your kid's not there. He's telling you the aunt came and swooped him up, whatever happened, and you're just calm. Then when he tells you what he did to your son, you're able to calmly walk him into the jail. to admit to the police, I don't know. She has composure like no other. I don't know how I would have been able to do it.
She didn't care.
These
from the go.
these predators, they affect life on the highest levels. Like, look at the situation with Nicki Minaj. Like, she's literally dating someone. Like, okay, so it's one thing to be okay. So anyone can be accused of anything.
Right.
Like the story I told you before, I could easily be accused of, oh no, you didn't help that girl. You fucked that girl first, and then you helped her. You right? You know, it could go there, right? If someone wanted to say that, but depending on because of the person I am, even the person I show who I am on the internet, most 99% of people would think that's absolutely ridiculous. Now, so being accused is one thing. So I can't say an accusation is the truth. But the guy just came out and said, he said that the situation with the girl Jennifer was consensual. At first, he was like, I didn't touch that girl at all. Now he's like, now it was consensual because it's starting to get hot because he knows he was sexually involved with the girl at a certain age, and the whole thing about that is the whole conversation about that is I don't give a fuck if she looks older. I don't give a fuck if she acts older. The courts don't care about that. The law doesn't care about that. The law don't care how drunk you was and how appealing she was at the time. If you had an inclination that she was not of age, you should have immediately gotten out of that situation, and you did. And that's where the conversation is going to go for that particular situation. I think a lot of dudes, when they see themselves in that situation, and they're like, man, I can get some pussy or I can not get some. I don't want to be too vulgar because we got all women on the panel, but either I can get some or I can not get some. And being a man, I know how that thought process goes. But at the same time, once you're privy or once you have a feeling that this girl might not be of age, even if she is of age, if she's overly inebriated or her motor skills are affected by a drinking or the drugs she was doing. I had a chick come to my house one time. I mean, gorgeous Puerto Rican chick I used to deal with. But she used to love to get drunk and come to my house late at night. Most of the time I didn't have a problem with that, right? She'd just pull up on me 2 o'clock in the morning. But one day she was slizzard. She got in my bed. She took off whatever. She laid down. And then but she was completely like dead asleep, and she still wanted to like get it out. I'm like, listen, it's like having sex with a corpse. I'm not doing that. Get some rest. If you wake up in 2 hours, 3 hours, I'm still gonna be sitting here playing video games, drinking Henny. I'm gonna be just as ready as I am now in about 2 hours if you get some sleep. But I cannot deal with you like that because it feels strange. It feels weird. I can't have sex with a person who's just laying there. So we all have the choice to get out of the situation. We're men. They're not stronger than us. They're not about to hold us down and ride us. Like, especially if they're not of age. Like, come on. We're men. So just just in it, as a man, you gotta take accountability. You just have to. We're genetically stronger than women, but that don't give you the like. And just because she act grown and she say it's okay and all this stuff, the law does not care about that shit. And to be honest, you should have some kind of moral standard that's like, nah, man, you're a child, you're a kid. It's the reason why the law says that. There's been studies put into this stuff that says 18 is the age for this, or this, and that, and different states are different. I
The
understand the
maturity
different states are
levels.
different.
But I'm
Right.
gonna have to disagree with you on preach because for one, women do not go around raping men.
Wait, I didn't say that.
No, you
I
said
never.
you said men are genetically stronger than women. We do not go around raping
Oh no,
men.
no. Listen. I think you took what I
He
said the
didn't
wrong
say
way.
that. That's not what he
No, no.
said.
I said biologically, we're literally like the tendons in our muscles are just we just have more of them. What I'm saying as a man, you can't make an excuse like, oh, she forced herself on me, or it was a situation I couldn't get out of. It's always a situation you can get out of as a man, especially if you're older than her. What I'm saying is, you should have some kind of moral wall that pops up and says if this woman is either too young, which means, like you said, the maturity level isn't high enough for her to possibly um make this decision and live with it for the rest of her life.
But also
Right?
with the men too, you could look at like men. They'll see a girl. I'm sorry. They'll see a person, and she could be well endowed. They don't know the age, but some of them don't give a damn. They don't care.
You
They're
talking
like,
about men
man,
or women?
she got the booty. She got the titties.
That's what I was
She
just
good
saying.
to go. She good to go. That's their perspective. We look at men. I don't care if he nice looking, whatever. I don't know. We do got some cases where like teachers are pursuing these guys because you got to
Yep,
see these
having babies with them.
look, you got to see these high school boys. They so different now. You like looking at them like, dang. But
Was that you knew that sent me? Okay,
I think
because my nephew, he went off to college because he got scholarships to go for football and stuff like that. But due to COVID, there was second year seniors. So they were able to still come back and play football. I'm telling you, these boys, when she sent me the picture, I was like, dang, they look all, man, 35 plus, no younger. These look like some straight men that was going. I'm like, oh my gosh, my nephew's going there. He's a freshman, and they're trying to put him on varsity. Looking at both, I'm like, these boys are huge nowadays. Huge.
yes, they are. And you thinking like, because my job, I work at the school district and I help out because we short with bus drivers. And I'm looking at these eighth graders. I'm like, that's an eighth grader? What the hell?
Right.
What him or her? Like what the hell? They look
I
like
think
college students.
I can't say all men, but I think some men, not all men, so don't get upset, preach, or offended.
No. Hey,
But I
listen, I'm
think
not
that
in the weirdo category at all. I'm not going to get offended.
I think some men think that once a woman or girl is sexually active, that it's on, and they don't care about the age. And
I care
that's
about
what's
the law.
starting. Right.
I always been afraid to go to jail. I don't
People
commit
should
no
care about the
crime.
law,
Nope.
but there are women predators out there that are coming out, like that teacher that said, "Oh, the boy was already sexually active, so like she thought it was okay for her to partake when she was in the position of being the eighth grader's teacher."
You talking about the one that got pregnant by him? Or the
I
other
don't know.
teacher?
Well, her
Because it's more than one
too.
teacher.
Her too, but there's been some recent ones that are where that's happening, where they just think that because the boy's already been sexually active, that it's okay.
That it's
not
okay,
okay.
and
It's
that's not
against the
true.
law.
Exactly.
It's against the law.
Exactly.
Yeah. It works both ways. You can't have you can't have hypocrisy with that. I'm to this day I'm wondering where the fuck those teachers were when I was young. You know what I mean? And that's just my man brain reacting.
Right.
Naomi, you're muted.
She's talking to someone.
Oh, so yeah. So yeah, that's just my man brain reacting to that.
And
And
that when you was growing up.
yeah, where was they at? You know what I mean? And now that I think back on it, they were around. It's just I was raised different. I wasn't raised to even start conversations with like that with adult women.
Right.
Miranda,
Miranda,
why are you even asking that? Anybody could pop up. Pull up. I'm gonna put the thing down there too.
I didn't even think that could happen back in my day, but it did. Sorry.
Guys, I'm about to play something I just found real quick, and then I'm gonna show the clip from News and Shenanigans of the Godfather and the 18-year-old, because it's just, I don't know what's going on. So let me play this real quick.
Oh, you talking about the man that married the girl, but he was her dad?
Yeah, this one is not that. What I'm about to show right now is a little bit different, but let me add it to stream. But I am going to show, because someone was talking about that, I'm going to show a little bit of newses on that one. But we're just going to take a look at this. I might dig a little bit more into this. It's the Bronx. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. You guys see it?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Turn on the speaker. There you
This
go.
morning, police have arrested the suspect accused of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old who was walking home from school in the Bronx. Charges against 18-year-old Ramel Bali include attempted sexual abuse, assault, and harassment. Police say the victim was attacked Monday afternoon inside Crotona Park. The suspect seen here allegedly threw the teenager to the ground and assaulted them. He then stole the victim's cell phone before running off. The 13-year-old received medical treatment at a nearby hospital and was then released.
What's going on? What's going on? Why is this like normal for people to prey on teens like that all the time? I don't get it.
Sicko. Just a sicko.
So I'm gonna play another clip from News and Shenanigans. And this
Before
is
you
talking
do
about
that,
go ahead.
before you do that, as a man, I try not to mansplain to y'all because I know y'all are intelligent women that have lived life, right? So it doesn't take me much to say certain things. But as a man, you don't have man brain. There are times where I've hit dry spells. I'm in one right now. I just got out of a 3-year relationship. My brain isn't wired to go out and get as much vagina as possible. My brain is wired to, hey babe, how you doing today? Are you hungry? Let's go get something to eat. Get some flowers or something. Like that's what I've been doing for 3 years. My brain isn't wired to go out to the club with my boys and run it up and stunt and shit. Like I've learned that by going out. Like I just don't have the juice no more. I don't have it. I don't got the sauce. I have way more resources than I did before. Back when I was having more luck with women, like I said before. But I just don't have. It's just not in my personality. Right now. Because I was actually faithful. Like I was actually not talking to other women. So because I am a monogamous person. But being in a dry spell when I don't have access to women or sex like that, on a regular basis. Listen,
Okay.
man brain. This is man brain. I'm trying to help you understand man brain. Now, not having access to it, it's fine. I've been celibate before, but there is a feeling where it's like, okay, it's been a little minute. You know what I mean? Like now, some men go to the extreme, and they're like, "I need this.
I've seen
I'm
that,
gonna go.
Miranda.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Seen it.
I'm gonna go." Right? They're like some men. Some men are like, "I need this. I'm gonna go get it by any means necessary." Those men are completely out of line. But that's just the man brain. Like I need this, I want to get it. Boom, there it is. It's like somebody hunting a fucking. That's why they call them predators. It's like they're preying on it now instead of just getting it like the regular way, like talking to a woman, wait until she gives consent, and then you do it. It's like nah, fuck that. It's been too long. Da 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 da. I've been turned down too many times. I've been out too many times. Spent too much money on chicks, and then they don't come home with me, and they get frustrated. And unfortunately, it's some men out there that don't have the mental fortitude to just wait until they, I don't know, meet the right chick or get in the right situation. Unfortunately. But man brain is like after not having it for a while, it's just I'm going on the prowl. Me personally, I don't make fun of dudes that pay for sex because I feel like paying for sex nullifies a lot of that. It's like it's an even exchange. It's consensual.
It's not even exchange.
It is an even exchange. If she's
No,
selling
it's
and you
not.
buying, what's wrong with that? If it takes the edge off, if it stops you from going out there and possibly being or even if you just go out and make a woman feel uncomfortable just by being too touchy feely or being too forward. You buy her 2 or 3
Okay, do we
drinks.
have any other men out there that are in the bushes in the background? If you are, please hop on panel so we can get to understand what the
Man
thought
brain.
process is. Yeah, let
Am
me
I
get this
not? Am I
man brain.
not? Am I not explaining this? What I'm
You
saying
are,
is,
but I need
oh, okay,
more. Keep going, keep going.
More
I
perspective.
got you.
I need,
I
yeah.
got you. I'm just saying, the man brain goes from, okay, this is fun, to, oh wait, it's been a long time. This isn't fun anymore. You know what I mean? And then it starts to turn into desperation. That's where you get those guys in the club that get real touchy feely, or those dudes
I don't
that
see anybody else in the background.
or those dudes that buy one or two drinks and they
I
think
don't
they're
see anybody else
obligated
in the
to.
background.
They think that woman's obligated to do certain things for them. You know what I mean? That's how those situations happen. I think it's just a lot of desperation, and I think that comes from like a lack of discipline, maybe.
Or the ones that put things in people's drinks.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they go as far as doing that. Like, yeah, I'm just gonna take it. Since I'm not getting it like straight up, I'm gonna just make this happen. I'm gonna force this to happen. You're forcing it, so now that's not consent anymore. It's literally rape. That's what force is. Like, you're forcing a sexual situation onto someone who didn't fully consent to it. And that and unfortunately, man brain goes there. It's like, I'm going to take this. I want it that bad. I'm going to take this. And some men have the mental fortitude and discipline to realize that that is absolutely ridiculous. You should not be doing that to any human, not just a woman. And some men don't care. Like you said, he was 18. He looked like he was walking around, just fucking walking around, and he saw a chick that looked vulnerable, and he was like, "This is my opportunity to get it. I'm gonna take it." Unfortunately, it's like a predator mode. Like, it's a certain level of desperation that's just, I don't know. I don't
Can I
know if
ask you a
women
question? Can I ask you a
get it or
question?
not, but yeah,
Okay, so even though, because a lot of people feel like, okay, so if you dress this way, it's okay for you to get treated this way. If you live
that's
this
stupid.
lifestyle, it's okay for you to be abused. If
That's
you
stupid.
did, like, is that how you think? So, like, if you see, okay, because I was like a tomboy up until probably like middle-ish school. And my mom was kind of like, you dress like a boy all the time. I'm wearing Dickies, Chucks, a wife beater, maybe a sports bra, whatever.
Mhm.
And then so she's, you need to start dressing like a girl. I start wearing like shorts and whatever, stuff like that. So is it okay that even though you're seeing a middle schooler, 7th, 8th grade, and she has on shorts, maybe a tube top, so it's okay since she's dressed like that to pursue her as she's an adult? Because she's dressed
No,
like that, it's okay.
no. Listen. I'm in Florida, man. All these little girls want to be grown. They want to be grown because they want to get to that bag, because they know that the money's down here. You know what I mean? Like on South Beach, going to clubs and stuff like that, man. Look, even in Maryland, where I'm from, listen, like how I was raised. I was raised by older people that was like, look, avoid prison at all costs. You black, they're gonna find a way to lock your ass up if you get out of line even a little bit. You know what I mean? So anything that involved me doing something wrong or me violating somebody, that comes from a moral basis that was set in me early. And I feel like a lot of men don't have that moral base. You said I have that. So when I go and I see a woman, the first thing I don't think is, oh man, I wonder what my dick looks like in her mouth or some weird shit like that. I don't think that's not the first thought that comes to my head. The first thought that comes to my head is I look at her and I'm like, okay, is she an adult? And then I look and I wonder, and then if I'm really, really curious, or I really, really don't know, I'm gonna ask her. I'm not shy. I'm gonna ask her, how old are you? I don't believe you. I've told chicks, they get mad too. They're like, oh, I like the compliment, but I'm this, and that. I'm like, look, you look this certain age, whatever. Show me something. Show me an ID. Show me a driver's license, something. Because if it don't feel right, I'm not rocking with it.
Right.
Because I don't want to look. I have pride and ego. I don't want to ever feel like a woman gave me some and it wasn't straight up and down. I have integrity. I wanna feel like, yeah, she dealt with me because she really fuck with me. You know what I mean? Not because she a jit out there trying to act grown. You know what I mean? Like not because she's real drunk. You know, like I don't like that. That's not me.
Right.
That's not me. I have integrity. That's not me. A lot of men don't. A lot of people in general don't. You know. I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
that's
from
just who
my
I am.
experience, I feel like, I mean, sometimes, you can walk into somewhere and you have, jeans on, a top, you'll still get some of the same attention. But
I'm not the average guy.
I'm in Cali. It's hot.
I'm in
Some
Florida.
people
It's hot.
say, exactly. Some people say, oh, you're wearing a tank top. You're basically naked. This is basically naked. To
No,
me,
that's regular shit.
Shouldn't
no,
matter.
it's hot.
And it shouldn't matter. You can wear what you
Exactly.
want. A man shouldn't violate your personal space. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. And in Florida, on the beach, I've seen guys in thongs, girls in thongs, whatever. That does not mean that you can disrespect someone. That does not mean you could take it beyond their boundaries. That does not mean, since you can see their butt cheeks, they're just ready to smash at anything. It doesn't matter what, if they say no, whatever. No, they're that's what they want from this. No. And I just don't understand that, because before we were even able to have clothes like we do, it wasn't so lusted after. There's certain places in Europe, they have girls and guys bathrooms together because it's not like that. Girl and guy showers together because they're used to it. I think the US has made it such a taboo thing that it's, if you're showing your shoulder, you want this man. I get people that see that I have an anklet on. And wherever that comes from in history, that means you're a Jezebel, you're this, you're that.
Yeah, I heard that.
They see your anklet.
I've never heard that, but okay.
I've heard it
that.
from older men.
Oh.
And not even to put it out like that, but my dad has told me that too. Red nail polish, anklets. What else does he get mad at?
The chokers. Now the chokers.
I can't
that's
even wear a kitten heel around my dad. He got some smart to say, even still to this day.
If you
But in
heels
my
are
mom's
hooker heel,
culture,
I think there's just a
go ahead.
yeah. There's a disrespect for women in general. Like if women have sex with outside of marriage, like we're like there's a label. There's always been a label that men don't get.
Yeah.
Oh. Toe rings, thumb rings, all that.
Toe rings, yeah. And I'm just like, really?
Wow. Yeah, they used to dress. Women couldn't dress like we do now.
No.
Like a bathing suit was not, like the 2-piece was like taboo.
Not even the one piece.
Yeah,
it
not
literally
even
had
the
to be
1-piece.
like
the dress.
Like,
yes,
yeah.
a dress. They used to have to cover everything.
And it's like, why? Why does that take your mind from 0 to 1,000?
I guess because I don't know what their thought process was. Like, men lust after women if they're showing their body parts, so we have to hide ourselves to keep them tempered. Like, that's not fair.
That doesn't make sense to me. I have to control your temper by what I wear. Just like when you go to like places like India, you don't disrespect, so you still wrap up even as an American or anything like that. Because if you're not fully covered,
Everybody
it's okay for them to
They'll throw
violate
you in jail.
Yeah. It's okay for them to do anything they want to you. Come grab you, do whatever they want, because you are making them do that.
Yeah.
No.
It shouldn't be that way.
It should not be that way.
Yeah.
It shouldn't. I don't get it.
I mean, look, we men are we listen. It takes. I think every man should have a certain level of integrity and, like I said, moral base. If you don't, and you let your animalistic side take over, you're gonna do shit like be an 18-year-old that just grabs a 13-year-old and has your way with her, or you're a man that's just like you see a woman showing some skin and you're like, oh yeah, this is my opportunity. I know she's a fucking whore, unless she wouldn't have came out of the house like that. Like
Mm.
every man is different. You have men with integrity and you have men that don't have integrity, or morals. I'm the other one, so being in Florida, I can be on the beach and I can just sit there with my dog drinking the fish bowl or whatever from
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Y'all
you know what I
when I
mean?
went out there was so many of those.
Yeah,
And it
I
would have
love that
like
thing.
random stuff in there. I'm like, whoa.
It's a lot of
Hi,
different liquors.
Streetsy.
What's up, streets? So I'm just saying every man is different.
Wait,
I
what did
really
you
don't
say about
deal.
a fish bowl? I'm sorry, I'm not on that one. What did you say
They
about a
give you
fish
an
bowl?
entire goldfish bowl, and they fill it up with different like vodkas.
It's like a Long Island, like
Yeah,
the
it's a
blue
Oh,
one.
lot of
you mean
liquor.
like just liquor, not a fish
Yeah.
inside the bowl, but
Oh,
No,
the
no, no,
big
no.
definitely.
But
thing.
it's
I
one
was
of those
like,
fish
what?
bowls.
Okay.
It's like
And I had
30
it with
bucks.
yeah.
It's like
Well,
30
it's
bucks.
like
Yeah.
$60 on in Miami.
Good.
Well, I mean, it depends on what
Yes,
day you go.
no. Oh well, I don't know if it was just me being a
I
tourist,
might
but
have
we
to
were
hit
there.
that up, but I
It
might
was
be
$60,
knocked out.
and it was
Yeah.
like huge.
Yeah, so you must have they got different sizes. They have a really big fish bowl and then they have like a regular one.
I'm
I
So
don't
talking
I
know.
don't
the
It
know.
was
really
me and
the really big
four of my
one.
other friends.
Yeah.
Four of my other
Yeah.
friends, and we got that. I took like a couple sips, and I was like, "Yo,
You
I was
good.
done.
Yeah.
I was done."
Yeah.
It's a lot of liquor. It's a lot of liquor in there. And it's not like cheap liquors either. Like it's some good
No.
stuff in there.
Not to go on a tangent, but do you know anything about a Harvey Wallbanger?
What the
No, what
fuck?
is that?
I don't know
What's
why
in
nobody
that?
knows that Harvey Wallbanger is
Pull it
like
What's
up.
in that?
Pull it
Because
all
up.
I've heard of it.
types of liquor, all types of liquor just mixed up, and it literally you don't feel it until you try to stand up, and you will like
Yeah,
fall
that's like
out.
the fishbowl. That's like the fishbowl. Yeah, because
So
I
it's an
was sitting
actual
down.
fishbowl. I'm gonna get
Yeah, it's an
one
actual
for New
fishbowl.
No, it's
It's
a
an
Year's.
real okay.
actual
We
fishbowl.
have a place called Cali Comfort, and I love it. Their barbecue is amazing. If any of the family members come out here, we're going there because you gotta have it. Their brisket is amazing. Their Bloody Marys are life, but they have a fishbowl there, and I mean, they tell you it has to be at least 2 people on there.
Harvey Wallbanger.
No, bring it up on things so I can share it. Oh, jungle juice. Then I'm not playing with you on that jungle juice because we used to make that. Get the
Hunch
big
punch. We
tub
call it
from
hunch punch in Florida.
Hunch Punch,
We call it
and
hunch punch in
literally
Florida.
everybody buys a bottle
Yeah,
and
you all pour it
some
in there.
juice. We pour it all in there. Limes, mangoes, pineapples, strawberries.
Mhm.
Man, I don't know. I could go on. And
Yeah.
you just fill it up and just start giving people. And I mean, it has to be our parties. It has to be gone or the party's not over till it's gone.
Right. Yeah. Why would there be any left over? What the fuck are you doing? Not drinking? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Everybody has to
Why are you
drink.
here? Like, get the fuck out.
I
And I
used
mean,
I used to babysit drinks. They used to say I used to babysit my drink because I would take forever to get done with
You
mine.
look like you babysit drinks. I could see
I
you sitting
do.
there with the same fucking drink
I
all
do.
night. I could see
I
you doing
do.
that. Just scoping the room
I
out,
sip
judging
too.
people, getting on your phone, getting on Facebook, writing
No,
status. These
no,
people
I
are
don't
such
judge people.
alcoholics.
Nope,
she
I don't
said it's
judge
trash
them.
can punch.
Yeah,
So
I
you
don't
have
Yes,
a
it is.
trash can?
Yeah, I don't judge them, but I do laugh my ass off when they about to slip and fall. I'm not gonna lie.
Trash can punch. Hey, 420, what's up?
You still want me to send it to you?
I know I thought she was gonna send it up here. But real quick, I'm gonna go to a video that my girl News and Shenanigan put together.
No, wait. Ask 420. Ask 420. What I was just talking about.
You ask him. You
Okay, 420. All right, 420.
Man
We were
brain.
talking. Did you hear us?
brain.
We're talking about man brain
Okay.
and
Yes.
why an 18-year-old what would compel him to grab a 13-year-old female, have his way with her, steal her phone, and then leave. Why man brain? I was saying that man brain. There's a desperation level,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Can you agree with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever felt that desperation level?
Uh.
No, I'm not talking about have you done that to a woman. I'm saying have you ever felt desperate Like,
oh yeah.
you know, I'm not getting none. It's been like 3 weeks type shit, right?
Yeah.
But you probably never went out and found the nearest vulnerable woman and just took it from her, right?
Nah, heck
You
nah.
probably went and found an alternative. I'm not saying I know your life. I'm not saying you ever did this, but you know, you could have went and bought some, or
Yeah.
you could have went home and found your favorite corn bar on one of your websites,
Right.
and then got one off, and then relieve yourself, and then it goes away, right?
Yep.
All I was saying is man brain will bring you to a level of desperation that pretty much turns you into like a hunter.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to grab what I'm trying to get. And we cannot forget that we used to be, excuse me, extremely primitive beings.
Yeah.
That used to bonk women on the head with a rock or a stick and drag her into the cave.
Caveman.
Right. On some caveman shit.
Okay, I don't see anybody in the backyard.
And I just wanted, it's good enough. Man is up here
Well,
that could
StreamYard has
confirm
been
that.
tripping.
Yeah. For
Because
sure.
it's hard to explain without sounding like a weirdo.
Said
But
where, but I don't know.
it's some caveman mentality that kicks in when you ain't getting none. And that's why I think prostitution is just fine. I think it's perfectly fine because, you know, it's an alternative.
Yeah. I don't think prostitution is bad. I mean, if that's what the woman chooses to do, then I mean, at the end of the day, who are we to say she can't sell her body? Now, when it comes down to like,
I think there should be guidelines. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think that I don't think there should be brothels like there is. I feel like it should be an independent
that's just
contractor.
pimping.
Exactly. That's how I feel. I feel like it should be an independent contractor, but I feel like there should be, it's her body. Do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there should be things that you have to qualify for in order to do it.
Yeah.
Sexual STD checks.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
Once a month or even twice a month.
No, I'm thinking once every 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
Bi-weekly.
Twice a month.
Once a day.
Bi-weekly will be more, you know what I'm saying? But there should be, because I don't like the fact that a lot of women get raped. I don't like, they get things stolen from them. There has to be, and I think that's a lot of the reason why, exactly. A lot of the reason why it is illegal.
The Instagram model.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel like, you should have to pay for, you have to pay for a business license. Yeah. Yes, but it should come with medical checks, this, and that. As long as you're clearing them every 2 weeks, they're doing the money swaps. I feel like there should be a complete agency doing the money swaps. That way they're not being abused, anything like that. They have security, things like that. Then okay. But all the stuff that comes with it, I feel like it's too much for states to be involved with, cities to be involved with, and that's why they just completely ban it. But they're like in Nevada, not in Las Vegas, and everybody gets that confused.
Yeah.
But on the outskirts, you can do it. What's that? If you keep going straight on Blue Diamond 420.
Yeah.
Pahrump.
Yeah.
It's okay in Pahrump.
Yeah.
Not Las Vegas, not Clark County. No.
Nah.
No. When you go on the strip, the guys flipping the cars are taking you to Pahrump because it's legal out there.
Yeah.
Not in Las Vegas. Not whatever stays in Vegas. Happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. No. And I don't feel like that happens anywhere. Because if you get AIDS in Vegas, it's not going to stay in Vegas.
Nah, it's not.
If you get chlamydia in Vegas, it's not going to stay in Vegas.
Right.
Herpes is coming. AIDS is coming.
It's not going to stay
Slap.
in Vegas.
Yeah.
It's traveling.
Yeah.
So I think there's just a lot of different things that come with it. And it should be like, I mean, I wouldn't want, selling my body to be something you have to do. I feel like it's degrading. I feel like it puts women in a lower class.
Yeah.
But there are men that do it too. They're just not.
Right.
I find it to be a lot of either bi guys or full on guys that are willing to put themselves in those situations.
Yeah.
Or you hear guys say, I'm only, what is it called? Gay for pay. But then that kind of brings up something else to me. Because
That's
it's
the
like,
first time I've heard that.
no, I heard a lot.
Like
that
what?
they're heterosexual, they have wives and everything, but they're gay for pay. So maybe they're a porn star and they do a lot of gay stuff because
Oh yeah.
it's paid more. So they're willing to do all that stuff, but
Like
they're
5,000
really straight.
a shoot, some 2,500 to 5,000 a gay scene for men.
And
I
even
saw a
more doing
documentary
it,
on it.
even more doing it
It was
without
True
any
Life.
protection.
Yeah.
So I still don't understand that because
Preach.
I don't think that I could do
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
that. You know what I mean? As a man, just letting someone take down your backside just because I don't know. But I guess it can happen. I mean, desperate situations bring,
Yeah.
I don't know. But
I'm just saying it's the desperation for men, and I think all men have the capability to take another route, but they don't because they do not have people in their lives that's like, hey, buddy, like you seriously need to like get all your shit in one place and get it together. Get all your shit together because it's not normal to think that it's okay to invade a person's personal space because of how you're feeling right now.
Right.
That's not okay and it's not normal.
But some men
So,
say they can't help it. Like it's an urge that they
fuck
get.
that.
And
Because if I see a man in the alley raping a woman and I have a concealed carry license,
his ass is grass.
you're not gonna be able to say to me, "Oh, I couldn't help." I'm blowing your
Shots
brains out.
fired.
I'm calling police. Shots fired. I'm on the corner of 67th and whatever the fuck, and then she's gonna be just fine. Now, whatever happened before I got there, I'm sorry, but that shit is stopping right
You know what,
right
though?
when I find out about it.
Yeah.
You know what?
And
That's
I will bring up some of those documentaries when the family goes to the backyard to kind of like more elaborate on it, but I can't bring it up on here just because a lot of it I have not edited and can be on other people's YouTubes, and I'm not trying to deal with that. But when we go to the backyard, we can talk about that whole situation because I want to get an understanding on how, from men, how it could be okay to do gay for pay, but be completely heterosexual on the outside. Is that possible?
That's
Go
weird.
ahead, Jeanette.
I was gonna say that like most rapes don't happen in alleyways. It happens by people that women know.
Oh no, I was just giving a random example.
Right.
You
No,
know.
I mean I'm just saying. And the
No,
other thing,
yeah.
Naomi was talking about gay for pay. What about like the men in the prisons? They'll go in there and they'll have sex in the prisons all the time, but they come out saying they're straight.
Gay for the stay.
Gay for the stay, exactly. And to me, I don't know why people try to make their sexuality be so secret. If that's what you like, that's what you like. If that's how you want to live your life, you're living your life for you, not anybody else. Who cares what anybody else says? Do what you want to do. Because to me, there's no way that if you are completely heterosexual, that you would have those urges. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It could be, they want a couple of extra soups. They want, not to be beat up by this other person, so they're giving it to this person for protection. I don't know. I don't know. I would have to speak to people that have done time, and I'm going to see if I can get, I know it might be, sensitive subjects to some of the people that I know, but a lot of people that I know from back in the day are getting let out from doing 15 years, 12 years. And I do want to bring them on here to just ask certain questions that people have questions about and for them to keep it real.
I am in no way, shape, or form involved in any criminal activity, but I also know people who have dabbled in that lifestyle and allegedly may still be dabbling in that lifestyle. And there's like this line. Like I said, there are some men that have integrity and there are some men that don't. There are also some men that that go into the prison system, and um they kind of let go of certain inhibitions. Like, hey, I'm in here, I gotta get it. Servicing myself ain't enough. I need a sorry, it's so weird to say. I need something to slide into. You know what I mean? And some men don't feel no type of way about it. And then the funny thing is, they was gangsters before they went in. So when they come out, they still gangsters. So the hood love them. You know what I mean? And the prison culture has infected the black community so much, and that part of it has infected it as well. So these dudes come back, and they smashing all the little new chicks because they want the gangster that went in, and then the little homies want to smash her too, but he passing shit along to the little shorty, and then she passing it to everybody else.
Right.
So I mean, niggas don't talk about it a lot, but niggas is talking about it more and more. They speaking out about it more and more. Um, Especially the dudes that live that certain lifestyle, whether it be a gangbanger or whatever, or a drug dealer or whatever. Because, like I said, there's men that will go in and keep themselves about them, and there's other men that'll let certain things go about them for the time being, for the momentary, excuse me,
Right.
for the momentary pleasure of it, because they just don't care. And that's where the term homo thug came from. Like, you
What did you
gangster,
say it's called?
you a shooter, homo thug.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's where the term homo thug came from. You thugged out. Yeah, you going to rob a nigga, you gonna shoot a nigga, you gonna ride, but you like boys, like, but you keeping it like down low, like you thugged out, but you not thugged out enough to keep it real about your sexuality, because your manhood is gonna be called into question, and you got your reputation from being alpha,
Right.
and if you tell people you like boys, then people gonna be like, you ain't no real man, you like boys, because there's this stigma that if you like boys and you gay, then you automatically ain't no real man. And ain't no thug that before he went in, he was slanging and banging and splitting niggas heads open and toting guns, and then he come back and he like, yeah, man, I like boys, cause he know what come with that.
Right.
So he rather just be down low or catch something while he in there and then pass it along and not say nothing to nobody because of the shame that comes with it.
Yeah.
That's been happening for a minute, man. That prison culture has been affecting the black community forever. Ever since a gangbanger has been a gangbanger. You see what I'm saying?
All right,
So,
y'all. I'm out of here. I gotta go get on. I gotta go set up. So I'll see y'all.
oh yeah, we got to get ready to go on your show. Yeah,
Yeah, we're about to go on his. I'm going to play
I'm waiting. I'm waiting to get
420.
on the show before I
Do
open
you
this.
know how to
Yes,
drop
sir.
your link in here, or do you want me to have the mods do it?
You did, didn't you?
You know, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'll
I'm
drop
saying it needs to be fresh on there because so that they could click on
I'm gonna
it.
do it right now. I'm gonna do it
Okay.
right now.
That's fine.
So right after I play this, we're gonna wrap it up. 420. He's gonna go ahead and go on his platform, and we're just gonna bounce straight over there.
All right, y'all. See y'all
All
later.
right, y'all.
All right, bro.
See you in a minute. Send the link.
Bye, 420.
I
All
hope
right,
you
so
heard.
we're gonna look at this real quick. So this is from News and Shenanigans. For those that don't know about it, the guy that what am I trying to say? He married his goddaughter, and if we're first gonna look at a picture, okay, of what she looked like and what's going on now, because to me, it's I don't know how I would take this as a mother. And the mom was sleeping with him before the daughter. So let me share this with you real quick. He's over there getting set up. We're going to hear this. We could talk about it later. But where's it at? Is it here? I think this might be it. Okay.
All right, there it is, guys.
Did it pop up?
Yeah, it's on there.
Okay, there we go. Wait, which one is it?
The one
Right
that
here.
says 420 live.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you talking about
Can you
the
guys
video?
see this?
Yes, we can see the video.
So this is the godfather right here. Okay. This is when she was a baby. Godfather. And so now he's all of 61 years old, allegedly, and he marries her at 18. How is that okay? I don't know. But we're just going to watch a quick little 7-minute clip it. And then we're going to bounce over there to 420. You guys can leave your comments down below. And we'll touch on it a little bit later. But yeah, so we're going to go to this quick clip it real quick. Let me bring it up. And she's put the 420 live down there. So right after here, we're going to bounce over there. Let me share this with you guys. All right, share. Here we go. Can you guys see it, or I gotta press it again? Gotta press it again. All right. You guys can see it on your end?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Uh-oh, where's my sound? Oh, it might be on mute. There we go. This is News and Shenanigans. She's also a content creator, really good. So make sure you guys go and follow her.
Good morning and welcome back to my channel. So I'm bringing you the story about this 61-year-old man named Michael Huckabee. Now, I tried to bring you this story live yesterday, but StreamYard, maybe my Wi-Fi, I don't know, wouldn't let me be great. So I'm going to just bring you this video here. I had a few people hit me up telling me he's not 61, he's 55 and all this. Actually, none of us really know his age, but according to the research that I have done, the man seems to be 61 years old, so that's what I'm sticking with. But I'm going to break it down for you. So a 61-year-old Mike Huckabee, he'd been accused of grooming his 18-year-old goddaughter, Jashyah Huckabee. So in a series of Facebook posts, and everything else, it sparked outrage because he apparently married her a couple days after her 18th birthday. He's been knowing her since she was 2 years old, and he literally groomed her since 2 and now has married her at 18. Her mother speaks on it, she speaks on it, and I'm gonna let you guys.
Me and my husband ain't going nowhere.
Videos here.
I don't give
Oh, this is the same girl I was thinking about. Yeah.
I don't give two fucks at that, not even one, about y'all opinions.
She's so
Y'all over here talking about,
young-minded,
I'm just stating my opinion, I'm just stating my opinion, I'm just stating. It don't mean shit to us. So why the fuck waste your time and energy and your motherfucking time out of the day and your life to sit up here and keep on saying it that's your opinion. We don't care. At the end of the day, everything is done. We're legally motherfucking married. I'm 18. I'm grown now. Talking about, oh, you just a baby. I'm 18, bitches. I moved out my mama house when I was 16. 16. Fucking 16. What did I do? Get a job. Pregnant and all, working. Pregnant. Fucking working. At 16 with no motherfucking body. I ain't had nobody. My mama was a druggie. Nobody, never had nobody. I'm not saying this to show to have no sympathy or looking for sympathy. Nobody sympathizing with me. This is not what it's for. I'm just letting y'all know that I don't give a fuck about y'all opinions. It don't mean shit to me. It don't, because at the end of the day, everybody have a life to live. Okay, so what? He's 46, not 50. Thank you. He's 46. Half of y'all motherfucking mammies he probably fucked half of y'all motherfucking peoples. Probably fucked your mammies, and you got y'all daddies mad, and some of y'all motherfuckers mad at him because he on his shit, and we both on our shit. And the fuck, y'all just mad because I'm happy. Deja always gonna be happy. No, y'all hoes thought that I wasn't never gonna be shit because of my past. That's what the fuck y'all thought, and I proved y'all wrong. That's why y'all hoes really mad. But at the end of the day, that shit ain't even worth it, because at the end of the day, I'ma do me. We gonna do us. I'ma continue wear this motherfucking rock on my finger, and I don't give a fuck what a bitch gotta say. I don't. Because at the end of the day, I'ma live my life. I'm going to live my life to the fullest. We only have one life, and that's what y'all fail to realize. Wake the fuck up. How about that? Wake the fuck up. And I don't give a fuck about all that laughing ass shit, because at the end of the day, y'all retarded. Y'all ignorant in the mind. Y'all ignorant for y'all to say, oh, you young and this and that. Okay, yeah, I'm young. So why would I want to be, just because I'm young, why would I want to be with if I got, my mind is more mature than being with a motherfucking young ass nigga. Why would I want to be with a young ass nigga and motherfucking he wanna lay and play. He don't know shit. Like you said, like y'all said, how I'm young and my mind ain't open all the way. Okay. Well, a young nigga is even worse than a young female. Why the fuck would you think that I want to sit around and be with a young nigga that want to fuck other people and don't got his mind made up, don't know what he want, don't want to commit, don't want to get out his mama house, don't want to do that? Why the fuck would I want that? That's not what I want. I don't want that. I want to be with a nigga that know what the fuck he want in life. I want to.
Okay, so real quick, do you think that she's speaking like she's trying to act grown, so she's talking like an adult that has talked to her? Like, it seems like she's quoting stuff that someone older would have said to her, like, you want to have a man that's not doing this, you want to this and this and this and that. This does not sound like a normal 18-year-old, like the way they would talk.
But listen. Oh no, go ahead. My bad.
Either he's putting stuff in her head, or because she's like, yeah, do I want somebody that wants to lay and mess with this and this and that? It just sounds like somebody that has been through a lot. And I don't feel like she's even been through that. Like, she's grown and fast because she had a baby real young. How many kids did she have?
I don't know.
She had one, right? One or two? No, one, and then the other one is not hers, from my understanding.
Well, there's a couple of kids that are in this background.
They're not hers.
I think it might be a cousin or a brother or something that came to the wedding.
They're his.
I thought
they're
he has kids, and then she has a kid as well.
Oh, okay.
Right, she has the kid with him. I mean, not with him, but
not with him.
Supposedly with someone else. Yeah.
Okay.
So did she really took a HIV test, right, in front of everybody?
No,
I don't know. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow because I'm bringing up that.
Yeah.
No. I'm bringing up that information. Supposedly, I don't know. It could all be fabricated. We don't know at this point. But we're just going to continue watching this, and I'm going to just close it out so we can hop on another subject. I do still want to start collecting letters for the homeless because I'm eventually going to do what I said. I just think that this month is too soon and too much for me right now with what I'm dealing with. I just want to make sure, I don't know, I'm in the right place for it, Right. So that is my P.O. box down below, P.O. box 741-093, San Diego, California, 92174. If you have to send something UPS or FedEx, I'm just learning about this. It's a whole nother address. So there you have it. If you still want to enter to be in the $100 giveaway, there's my Cash App. That's still going to go on. I'm just not going to stress myself out with cooking, making multiple meals, doing hygiene kits and all of that right now, because I feel like it's going to come between, my health and me getting good with my dad. So if you guys can still, for those that are new and doesn't know what the letters I'm talking about, I'm saying just write a letter, not specifically towards a gender, just a letter to bring uplifting spirits to someone that I can put in the kits, even if I decide to just do the gender ones and not the gender ones, I'm sorry, hygienic and not cooking and stuff like that, to make it more stressed, because I have to have it would be me, my mom, one of my aunts, and one of my cousins that would be doing all the cooking. I just don't feel like dealing with that right now. So if I could do something a little bit more simple, that's how it'll be. But the $100 giveaway is still going to go on as long as people are donating. I don't know if you guys liked it the way I did it this time, and there was one winner for the $100 completely, and then I had gifts for the two runners up. Or do you guys want me to split it up, 25, 25, 25, 25, or 75, 25? You guys can send whatever you guys want to my email. Oh gosh, it's not on there, but it's the same thing, Naomi China D, just like everything else is, at gmail.com. Yeah, so we're going to finish this out, and then we'll be right after this. We're going to say our goodbyes, and we're going to hop onto 420 in his.
Okay.
We got a couple of minutes left, so could you guys still see it up there? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
to be with a nigga that got his stacked up his bread. I want a nigga like that. I don't want no nigga that want to go be with this. And half of them niggas y'all fucking with is motherfucking faggots. They fucking faggots. And I know faggots. I got friends that's faggots that motherfucking tell me about y'all niggas getting fucked. About y'all niggas getting fucked. Come on, Dad. Come on. Be for real. Wake the fuck up, you sad ass hoes. Y'all talking about me. I know. Half of y'all motherfucking hoes get mad because y'all niggas undercover faggots. That's all that is. But at the end of the day, a bitch can't go around saying, my nigga no faggot. My nigga don't play that. For real. Nigga got plenty bread. My nigga, we can own the whole we can own half of this shit around this bitch. We can own half of that. We ain't got time for that shit. We don't. I don't even fuck with nobody. For y'all to come out, okay, y'all always claim, oh girl, you fucked that in. At least I got the balls to say I am, bitch. At least I got the balls to say I am. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, I don't fuck people.
Okay, so y'all heard what she had to say. This is a picture of them then and now. That's a picture of him holding her when she was 2 years old as her godfather. This is him now holding her at 18 as her husband.
I was listening to what she was saying, like real quick. Like she said at 16, she didn't have nobody, and she moved out at 16. But she was pregnant at 16 when she moved out. So what I'm hearing is that he kept in contact with this girl her entire life. He groomed this girl her entire life. He spoke with her through text message and stuff like that. You know, a nigga like that, he probably bought her a phone. You know, and she hid it from her mama and shit. And like right when she felt like she was old enough for it to make sense, she left the crib to go live with this nigga. I guarantee. She talking about I ain't had nobody. Like she paid rent in her own house at 16. Like nah, you was with this dude because he got you pregnant, and he didn't want his baby mama to be live. He wouldn't let his baby mama be on the street. He been dealing with you since he was 2 years old. Like she not keeping it a buck. That's the funny thing. She ain't being fully honest about the full relationship because she know that the shit look crazy.
But look, I don't know if he was the dad or not, but we're gonna look more into that. But we're about to hop over to 420 right now. So everybody click on the link and let's go over to 420s. It should be in the chat right there where you knew. And we're gonna bounce over there. Okay, guys. I'll see you guys over there. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Petty moments.